Good evening and welcome back to another live edition, another weekend live edition of Maddie's Rap with yours truly, the world famous author and storyteller, Matt D. Talford. If you are new to this channel, welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. I have a very exciting topic for you guys tonight. And I promise you, it will not be a super long video. I promise you that because I want to get back home. Okay. I got some stuff I'm trying to do before I go to bed tonight. And I need to get back home. So I'm going to kick this one off with a little music. What's up, Karen? Good to see you here. Good to see you. I'm going to kick this one off with a little bit of music. And as you can hear, guys, I do apologize for the sniffles. I did something that I should know better. I should know full better. I was out doing yard work yesterday without my nose covered and inhaled some allergens from the yard. So my nose is running a little bit, but we'll get through this. We'll get through this. So, I may be muting the mic here and there just to blow my nose, but we're going to be fine. What's up, Sarah? Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. So let me kick this off with a little music, a little appropriate music. The last couple of times I went live, I thought I was playing copyright or royalty-free music. And lo and behold, when I look in my YouTube studio, I see that there was a copyright notice on it, but it said the owner of the content allowed it to be used on YouTube. So I'm like, sorry. So I'm going to kick this one off with an old gospel song tonight, y'all. I'm in the mood for that. So this is a classic by the New Jersey Mass Choir. It's called Hold Up the Light. And it is very appropriate. This one goes out to the light workers. If you consider yourself a light worker, this song is for you. Okay, so if you guys would just pardon me, I'm going to step away because y'all know what I do. Y'all know I get the music started for y'all. I step away. I got some tea brewing, so I got to go grab my tea, and I'm going to let you guys listen to some music while I'm getting ready. I'll get my tea ready, and while a few more people join, and then we're going to jump in. I'm going to work from my notes tonight, so I don't have any videos tonight, so that'll make it a lot faster. I'm going to go through my notes. I'm going to read some scripture. I'm going to answer some questions, answer some comments, and get all the way through this thing. And we're going to get out of here, y'all. But where we are right now, a lot has been exposed, y'all. A lot has been exposed. And so we're going to keep on stepping on the neck of Baal, okay? We know who Baal is now. Baal has reared her ugly head. Yeah, I said her. There's a reason I did that, all right? Let me go ahead and get this music started for you guys, and I'll step away and be right back. You are watching Maddie's Rap with author and storyteller Matt D. Talford. I'll be right back. Hold Up the Light by New Jersey Mass Choir. I think this song came out in about 1989 or something like that. I'll be right back, man. Shine on, shine on, shine on, shine on, shine on. Every man, woman, boy, and shine on, shine on, and shine. Let your light shine round the world. Let your light shine round the world. All right, family, we're back. We're back. Welcome back to another edition of Maddie's Rap with author and storyteller Matt D. Talford. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber, you already know how I feel about you. Welcome back. Welcome back. So it looks like we got some people in the chat, y'all, and we are ready to get this thing on and crack a lacking because I do not want to keep you guys super long tonight, okay? Oh, we got my, oh, man, y'all. Oh, man, we got my bro. We got my bro in the house. Jerome, what's up, brother? What is up, y'all? Jerome is my dude. He is my dude. And y'all, as you can see, they're messing with my connection. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. Let me let this thing catch up. Hang on. I got too happy. I know. Listen, for those of y'all who know, you know. Some of y'all right now are so high vibrational and so magnetic that y'all are effing up electronics. Y'all really are. A lot of y'all are messing up electronics. If you were somebody that's messing up electronics or you just like the battery's draining all of a sudden, put a thumbs up or a hand in the chat. Let me know because I can't be the only one. All right. I got a few things that have broken inexplicably around me. And I heard another spiritual person on YouTube say, I think her name is Andrea Anika or something like that. But she was talking about that. So Sarah said, I love that song. Reminds me of my childhood. That's what's up, Sarah. That's what's up. That was one of my favorite choirs back in the day. And you know, they don't do music like that anymore. So anyway, let me get started, y'all, because y'all know, listen, I don't know why I have been on this tip, y'all, for the last, let me say this. I don't know why the Most High has had me on this tip, but I'm a soldier. Y'all that have that follow me on social media, that saw my Veterans Day post. I put a few clips up there of me when I was in the Army. Now, y'all know I'm a soldier, okay? I came here a soldier, but I'm a galactic soldier first, okay? Yeah, I served in the United States Army, aka the Roman Army. When you know, you know. That's another story for another day. But yeah, I'm also sent here to do a work, all right? So when I get my work, I'm gonna get my rewards, and I want to hear well done, all right? But not in the Christian sense, because y'all already know this is not about Christianity. Y'all hear me say this ad nauseum. The Bible is not a religious book. It is a spiritual book that was hijacked by the religious establishment and refashioned into the doctrine of control. But we didn't come here to be controlled. We came here to be free. And on that note, I had a speaking engagement today at a conference. And it was a bunch of different people, a bunch of panelists, and one of the organizer asked me to get up and just do 15, 20 minutes of. Now don't laugh, y'all, because y'all already know. Y'all be like, Matt long-winded. He got that done in 15 or 20 minutes. Don't say it. I don't want to hear it. What's up, Allie? What is up? Jay Loves World. What's up? So anyway, y'all, I did manage to get through it, though I got a time warning from one of the facilitators. The facilitator was like, so anyway, but in that, I talked to people about knowledge of self. You came here, you have to know who you are. And the only way to truly know who you are and what you came here to do is to know your natal chart placement. Your natal chart is a snapshot of who you are and everything that you came here to do that is recorded at the time of birth. That's why you have to know what your birth date is. Everybody knows that, okay? You got to know what time you were born, and you got to know what city you were born in. All of those things are They are necessary requirements to get a full and complete understanding of who you are and what you came here to do. So I gave that spiel today. And one of the things I told everybody is that you came here to be free. You did not come here to be controlled. Okay. All right. Each and every one of us got a little bit of that light of the Most High in us. And the Most High cannot be controlled. You can't put him in a box. But that's exactly what religion does. Okay. So now let me move on, because a lot of y'all have seen my Jake Paul videos. And let me tell you something. Instant karma, y'all. For those of y'all that saw me 2 lives ago, you know that we did a numerological reduction of the date that they fought. And that broke down to 8. Okay, so they were looking at that double 8 as a means of gaining more wealth from the sacrifice of Iron Mike Tyson. But what they forgot is that 8 is also a number of karma. So if you playing your cards wrong and you're trying to get, you're trying to get gain from somebody, which is exactly what Jacob means. It means supplanter, one who supplants. And we know that supplant means to basically take something that is not yours by guile. Okay, beguile somebody, trick somebody to take their stuff. That's exactly what he's been doing. He is a prophet of Baal. Okay, but now, why are we doing this video tonight, Matt? Why? Because we are witnessing the fall of the system and the prophets of Baal. Okay, all of their tricks have been exposed. Tonight, I'm going to do what I hope is the last video. This was intended to be like a one topic type of thing, and it has turned into 3 videos. Okay, including a natal chart assessment of Jake Paul. So if y'all have not seen that, y'all can go to my channel and see the natal chart assessment where I go through his chart and break down why he moves the way he moves. Now, one more thing that I'll mention before I get into my notes, that is, I don't know how many of you have seen my community post that I posted earlier this morning. If you have not seen it, I highly recommend you go and look at that video. Go and look at the video that I linked in the comments. That video, y'all know what I always say, there's no such thing as coincidence. There are no such things as coincidences. That video, y'all, was extremely eye-opening because it really brought home a lot of the themes that I've been talking about on this channel for the last 3 years. Okay. This whole notion of heaven and hell, the way that the church presents it, is quite frankly wrong. It's wrong and it's a lie. It's a lie used to keep you in a low vibration of fear, guilt, and shame. When you hear this brother break this down, he basically gives you, and I forgot the name of the book that he was reading from, but it had something to do with Enoch. So it was one of these testaments of Enoch. It wasn't the book of Enoch, but it apparently was some sort of work that of knowledge that Enoch had. And let me tell you something. It proves everything that the people that have had near-death experiences say. We all come from pure love, light, source energy, but we got different roles that we come here to play. And based on what you do and how you play that role, you could be setting yourself up for heaven on earth in another lifetime, or you could be setting yourself up for hell on earth in another lifetime. Okay, it's a condition, it's a state of being. So one of the things that jumped out in that video for me was the content provider talking about how even Jeffrey Dahmer, y'all know how wicked Jeffrey Dahmer was. Even Jeffrey Dahmer is love and light when he goes back to the other realm. Now, that might blow some of you guys' minds, but guess what? This is what I always say. When you do good works in a physical body, you have to get your rewards in a physical body. This is why some people that you see they're just having a blissful life and they're not doing anything low vibrational to get their means, their wealth, whatever. These people did something in another life that was positive. Okay. In the same token, when you see people down on their luck, they got the clothes smell like urine. They might be holding up a sign saying we'll work for food or whatever in Jesus' name, and all of these little crosses and stuff they put on the cardboard. You don't know what that person did in another lifetime to end up in that situation. Okay. So that was just very eye-opening to me. And I've always said it again, if you do good works in a physical body, then when you check out, you're going to check back in and get rewarded in a physical body. Whatever you're doing in lifetime, you didn't do it in your higher spiritual self. So how are you going to get punished in your higher spiritual self? You have to experience these things in the physical. So what you do in the physical, it echoes down into the next physical. That's how these things work. So if you have not seen it, please, please, please go to my community board. And for you guys to know, the indicator is there's a photo of the sun that I took from my backyard with a halo around it. And I said something to the effect of the sun reflecting off the firmament. So y'all, when you see that photo, go down into the comments and click that link. If you don't want to watch it right now, put it in your watch later list on YouTube. Now, so let me read some comments and we're going to get the party started. Oh, I got my girl Anya in the house. What's up, Anya? What is up, y'all? Y'all got to understand, when y'all see me get this big smile, I love each and every one of you joining this live. But some of y'all feed me. Some of y'all feed me in DMs and stuff in Instagram. And some of y'all I just know from way back. Anya, I know from way back, okay? And Anya will tell you one of the things we love to do is eat good food. Cook good food and eat good food. So that's my homie. But anyway, so let's get started, family. I'm going to go ahead and jump in these notes again. I have scripture, but I do not have any videos, thank God, because I don't want this to be a long video. So let's get the party started, family. Let's get it started. Okay, so let me open my notes And we're going to jump it off. All right. Target Baal. The command, weapons hot, fire at will. That's not just for me, y'all. The reason I titled that way, the reason why I got that thumbnail with me with the camo paint on the thumbnail of this video, is we still in war, y'all. We still in war. Don't get too caught up in all of this stuff talking about World War III's coming and all of this. My dad giving me the low vibrational stuff he saw on CNN and MSNBC. I said, Dad, you know what? If they drop a bomb, if they drop a nuclear, chemical, or biological bomb, I'm gonna run outside and take a deep breath and just get it over with. I ain't running. I'm gonna take a deep breath. I'm gonna lock and load in case any enemy soldiers show up. And we're gonna go out in a blaze of glory. And then when I get to the other side, they're gonna be like, that dude is really that dude, okay? But anyway, I'm tripping, y'all. I know the prophecy. I know what is coming. I know what's my lot in it. This is why on this channel I've been talking about for the longest. You have to know prophecy and you have to know identity in this season. You have to, okay? It is of utmost importance. But anyway, I don't get caught up in that stuff, y'all. But what I do understand is that we are still at spiritual war. And this spiritual war the spiritual war has been going on. It's an ongoing thing. But it really started to peak its head in 2020. Y'all know what happened in 2020? I ain't trying to get this video clipped by YouTube, by the YouTube Sentinels. Shout out to anybody that's seen The Matrix. So I'm not going to speak on it. But y'all know what happened in 2020, okay? That was the beginning. And I said back then, everything that starts in the physical is conceived in the physical and then is manifest in the flesh. So what we're seeing right now is simply the manifestation of what was conceived a long time ago in the spirit realm, okay? We're seeing the physical manifestation of it. Don't worry. Keep your vibes high. When your vibrational frequency is high, you continue to attract things that are of a high vibrational nature. So now, weapons hot, fire at will. What does that mean, y'all? Before we get started, swing that sword. And I'm going to read a passage of scripture right now that talks about it. Swing that sword, meaning do not keep your mouth shut. Call out the bullshit when you see it. Call it out. Don't be scared because your enemy is afraid of you to use your voice. So they make you afraid to use your voice. Do not be afraid to use your voice. Let's go. We're going to read Hebrews 4:12. Let's go there. Some of y'all already know what that is. I'm going to pull it up on the screen and share it. And y'all, I promise we're going to be out of here quickly. You know what? So I had one of my subscribers hit me up yesterday and he said, Matt, we ought to get you a t-shirt that says, this is going to be over quickly. And you wear that when you're doing your live because they're like, your lives are never quick. But shout out to y'all that those of y'all that hit me up in IG and whatnot and say, Matt, look, stop saying it's going to be quick. We don't care. We love your content. So I appreciate y'all so much. Here we go. Let's bring it on the screen and we're going to show y'all what's on and popping here. Let's get it started. Anya, tell my girl Maya I said, what's up? Tell her Uncle Maddie said, what's up? All right. Love me some Maya. Okay, here we go. Hebrews 4:12. For the word of the power is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. For the word of the power is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword. All right. For those of y'all that come from the tarot community or you've ever had a tarot reading, that's Ace of Swords energy all day. When you know, you know. In the original Rider-Waite-Smith deck, it is a hand coming out of a cloud with a sword attached to it. Y'all already know what that is, okay? Swords are words. Swords are air energy, okay? Now, let's get this thing, let's keep it moving. I wanted to read that. Why? Because that's setting the backdrop for what we're doing tonight. We're swinging the sword, okay? Let your light shine around the world, okay? All right? Y'all heard the song. It said the world is so full of darkness, so we have to be a light, all right? If you got that light, let it shine. Let it shine, baby. Let it shine. You can't do no wrong when you shine in that light, all right? So, do not start with me, okay? Okay, I got it. Just a new little feature they added to this Apple Notes app. All right, so we know that the weapon is the sword of the spirit, and the spirit is the word, which is sound. I talked about that in my last video, okay? Let me keep going. The word is sound. You have to speak. The word is what activates, okay? The word must be published either in print, meaning it needs to be seen. You can write it. I just wrote an article on my blog, but I had somebody hit me up and say that my blog is tripping, like they got an error trying to subscribe. I went and tried to subscribe to, saw that same error. So I got some technical stuff on the back end that I need to work through. So for those of y'all that are trying to subscribe to www.mdtalford.com and you're getting an error, Bear with me. I got to work through it. I have not updated my WordPress in a long time, so I got some stuff I need to work through on that. So y'all bear with me on that. Hopefully that'll be corrected by this coming week. So that word has got to be published. It's got to be published either in print or in sound, okay? It's got to be seen or it's got to be heard. And what did I say in another video earlier this year? Whatever you want to happen in your life, if you want something to appear in your life, write it down. Why? Because when you write it, you see it. And when you see it, you say it. And when you say it, you hear it, okay? Write it, see it, say it, hear it. That was a video I did. Y'all can find that on my channel, okay? So the word, which is the sword, must be published. It has to be. If you don't speak it, that gift that you have inside of you can never come out. You have to speak it, okay? Let's keep it moving. The spoken word always precedes the manifestation of things spoken, which is why Elijah was one of the most powerful prophets to ever walk the face of the earth. Shout out to those of y'all that saw my last live. I went in deep on Elijah. I'm gonna come back to that. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna touch Elijah a little bit, but I'm not, because I went in deep on Elijah before. Okay, so the reason why he was one of the most powerful prophets to ever walk the face of the earth is because he spoke the word fearlessly. Now, let's bring up another passage of scripture. Let me pause here. This is not my notes, but it is very relevant. Okay, it's very relevant. Let me bring this up. Y'all have heard me hit this one before too. Y'all, we late in the fourth quarter here. We late in the fourth quarter on planet Earth, okay? And a lot of y'all, especially myself, let me leave this here for a second. Let me stop sharing for just a second, and let me do this for a second. Hang on, bear with me. Okay, we're back. I had to take care of some business there. I told y'all what I was going to be doing from time to time when this thing started. So anyway, a lot of y'all watching me right now are warriors, and you are tired. You are tired of what's going on. You're tired of seeing it. You feel like, God, is there more I can do? Is there more I can do? I know I get in my field sometimes when I look at what's going on in the world, and I say, what more can I do, man? I want to go to war and do my part to get this thing over with, man, to turn the darkness out of this world and turn it back light. But the mission is real simple, y'all. If you understand prophecy, this is where you got to call in the big guns, and that's heavenly big guns. So we got one job to do, y'all. All we got to do is speak, observe, stay high vibrational, speak, observe, stay high vibrational, and endure. That's it. Our only job here in this lifetime, you incarnated because you have the power to speak and manifest things. Aside from that, you really don't have to pull out any physical sword. Your sword is the sword of the spirit, which is the word of truth. All y'all got to do is keep telling the truth. All y'all have to do is keep telling the truth. There are so many social media platforms. You see them. They will promote all kinds of debauchery. But when some brother or some sister is on there speaking truth, they're trying to shut them down. They're trying to shut them down. And I'm not talking about brother or sister per se from an ethnic standpoint. I'm talking about if you walking in the light and I'm walking in the light, we brother and sister, period. That's where we at right now. That is where we are, okay? If you walking in the light and I'm walking in the light, we brethren. If you high vibrational and I'm high vibrational, we brethren, period. So when some brother or sister is on there speaking the truth, here come the fact check. Y'all see it. It comes across the bottom of the screen. In 2020, the Charlie Delta Charlie, my military people know what that means. That's phonetic. The Charlie Delta Charlie has determined that blah, blah, blah. The Whiskey Hotel Oscar has determined blah, blah, blah. This thing may be false. You shared a video that has been fact checked and proven false. That's the Sentinels. Those are the Sentinels that Sophia Stewart was talking about when she wrote The Third Eye, which became the movie series The Matrix, okay? Which she didn't get credit for. She had to go to a lawsuit to get credit for her work that was stolen. But that's a story for another day. So getting back to my point, y'all, all we have to do is endure. I believe there's a passage of scripture. If somebody wants to put it in the comments, put in there that passage of scripture that says, "He that endures to the end, the same shall be saved." That's not talking about salvation in a Christian sense, because I already debunked that a long time ago. Salvation has always been a physical act. So it says, "He or she that endures till the end, the same shall be saved, as in preserved. Okay. Sometimes it's just preserving. It's as simple as preserving your peace of mind. But anyway, let me get back on these notes and then the scripture, y'all. I hope y'all like my pace. I know y'all used to me going a little bit slower, and I know y'all have seen me go faster and fumble. I hope y'all are good with the pace tonight. Okay. All right. Let me bring this back up. We're going to Hosea. I read this earlier today, or quoted it earlier today in my speaking engagement. All right. Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Because you have rejected knowledge, I will also reject you, that you shall be no priest to me. Seeing that thou hast forgotten the law of your power, I will also forget your children. Okay. What have I told y'all from day one with this? That scripture, when it's talking about priest, is not talking about somebody who administers religious rites. It is talking about someone, an individual that was endowed with the power to command and control the elements. Who can ever defeat somebody who can control the elements? Elijah was such a person. He would speak and he would say, listen, and this is why you got to stay high vibrational, okay? I ain't talking about walk upright in the sense of what your church pastor said. I'm talking about doing what you know is right in your heart. When you walk upright before the Most High, and he anoints you, meaning chooses you and sets you apart as a prophet or a priest, he's talking about the prophet being the mouthpiece and the priest being somebody that has the ability to command the elements. What did Elijah say? He said, if I have tried to be a godly man, something to that effect, let fire come down from the heaven and consume these 50 that came here to get me. 50 soldiers and the captain showed up at Elijah's dwelling place up in a hill to get him and take him down to this king that said, bring him to me. I'm going to deal with him for what he said. Elijah called fire from the heavens, burned them all up. King sent another 50. Elijah called down fire from the heavens, burned them up. The king sent a third 50 and a third captain. Third captain said, look, I've seen what happened to the first 250. He said, please let my life be precious in your sight. We don't want no trouble. The king just told us to come up here and get you. We don't want no trouble. The angel spoke to him and said, all right, these right here, good. Go down with them. They can't harm y'all. When I get to the end of my notes tonight, y'all gonna see exactly why I tell y'all to talk your shit. Okay? Why I'm telling y'all to talk your shit and don't be afraid. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Jojo Max said Matthew 24:13. Thank you, Jojo. What's up, Hotshot? What's up? Let me pull that up real quick. Jojo said Matthew 24:13. I'm gonna bring that up on the screen for y'all, and we're gonna keep the bus moving. We're gonna keep the bus rolling. Y'all know how it is, Y'all know how it is, whether it's a city bus or a school bus. Sometimes you got to stop and pick people up, right? You got to stop and pick people up on your way to school, or on your way to the stop, right? All right. He said 24:13. Let me get there. 24:13. For those of y'all that don't have the app open or have your printed Bibles open, 24:13. Let's go there. All right. All right, let's start with 11. We're gonna go 11 through 13. I appreciate that, Jojo. Thank you so much. I'm gonna share here. Y'all know me. Sometimes I take you around the block, all the way around the block to get you to the house next door. But I always get you next door where the party is. Okay. All right. Matthew 24:11. And many false prophets shall arise and shall deceive many. Okay. False prophets. What's a prophet? A mouthpiece. So a false prophet is somebody that's speaking lies. It's that simple. It can be somebody that's clergy, but it don't necessarily have to be somebody that's clergy. A prophet is a mouthpiece. In its most basic and rudimentary form, a prophet is a mouthpiece. So when you got somebody that wears glasses, that's a grown old man for a nerd now, that started a software company back in 1985, that a lot of y'all run your laptop computers on and stuff that I don't, even though I used to work there. When you hear him say, well, you know, there are too many people in the world and we don't have enough food for everyone to go around, so we've got to find new innovative ways to cull the population. He's a false prophet. He's a false prophet. Okay. He's a false prophet. I've been telling people for the longest, if you grow food, give me a thumbs up in the chat. By the way, y'all, if you haven't done so already, please hit the like button if you haven't done so already. Now, give me a thumbs up in the chat if you have ever grown food in your yard. If you've ever grown any type of fruit, vegetables, anything like that in your yard, give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up in the chat. Because there's something that in and of itself debunks this whole thing that this person and the people he represent, the lie that they tell. They're false prophets. Somebody give me a thumbs up. Allie Rule. Okay, perfect. Allie, right or wrong? One seed can produce a tree that produces multiple fruit that have multiple seeds in it, right or wrong. One seed can produce a vegetable vine or stalk that produces multiple vegetables that have multiple seeds in it, right or wrong. So then, if that is the case, how in the world can the earth ever run out of food when the Most High, via the way food grows and the way the abundance that the earth gives us, how could we ever run out? The first year I've ever grew cucumbers on my own, I'm telling y'all, we had so many cucumbers, we had to give them away. I couldn't even pickle them all. Big cucumbers. From the start of the season to the end of the season, where they were smaller ones that you could use for pickling, we were giving away cucumbers all year long. I was eating so many cucumbers and juicing so many cucumbers and drinking the juice. When I sweat, I smell like cucumbers. Okay? She said, even my coat looks like it got cut off, Allie. So that's my point. They're a false prophet. If they're telling a lie, they don't have to be religious, y'all. We got to get our mindset out of certain things and observe from a wider scale. If you are out here spreading lies, a prophet is a mouthpiece. You are simply a false prophet. Bill G ain't never got to wear a collar. He's a false prophet because he's telling you lies with an agenda attached to it. All right? Let me keep it moving. Okay? So remember, the spoken word must always precede the manifestation, or it always does, not must. The spoken word always precedes the manifestation of things spoken, which is why Elijah was one of the most powerful prophets to ever walk the face of the earth. When he said something was going to happen to somebody, it did. I'm going to get to that toward the end. Elijah had full authority to command the elements. We saw him bend water. We saw him bend fire. Okay? He was a firebender and a waterbender. I've got every reason to believe he was also an airbender and an earthbender. We just don't read those accounts. But I'm pretty sure that if Elijah had an army coming at him and he needed to defend himself, he could have taken his mantle and slammed it down on the ground and caused the earth to open up and swallow them. Why do you think Netflix and all these different streaming platforms are now coming out with these shows that are showing people with superpowers, like Supercell? Y'all, I had a dream the other night. I was watching this guy run from neighborhood to neighborhood, just like the little curly head boy in Supercell. SUP. Let me put that in the comments for those that haven't seen it. It's a Netflix show. I had that dream. I'm watching this guy run. He's running from city to city in minutes. I'm like, how is he doing that? I saw this in the dream like maybe a week or so ago. Okay. I told you all about the dream I had a few years ago where myself and others would run, take 3 steps and jump and land on the top of a 40-story building. Why do you think they're doing this stuff now? Why do you think they're saying that? A person that can command the elements, he can command the air to lift him up to that part. But we think this stuff isn't real. We think it's not real. You're going to see more and more stuff get activated as these solar flares keep hitting the earth and upgrading people's DNA. I kid you not. All right, let's keep it moving. Now, I'm going to come back and read some comments once I get through this segment. Y'all know how we do it. So, Elijah had full authority to command the elements. Why? Because he was sent by the universal I am presence, who also happens to be master of the elements. That's why you got to get at a certain frequency. Why do y'all always think I'm on here, as my mother says, saying it till I'm blue in the face? My mother always says, saying it till I'm blue in the face, telling y'all about keeping your vibrations high. When your vibrations are matching a certain frequency, then when there's a gift coming down from the sun or a gift coming down from the air that's at a certain frequency, you're going to receive that gift if you're at that matching frequency, right? I'm in the Charlotte, North Carolina market. If I'm listening to 105.3 and they playing an old school jam, and I call my boy up and say, yo, man, what radio station are you listening to? Oh, man, I'm listening to 101.9. Yo, man, turn to 105.3. They playing a song from, I don't know, Silk or something like that from back in the day. Or they playing a Keep Sweat jam or something. Yo, man, he can't hear that unless he tunes into that frequency. It's the same thing with your energetic vibrational frequency. You have to be at a high vibrational frequency to be able to match the frequency of the high vibrational energy that's hitting the earth. If you're at that same frequency, then the door is open for you. The door is open. The door is open. You can get the gifts that are intended for you to receive. All right. So Elijah was one of the baddest prophets ever. One of the baddest prophets ever. And y'all know his story. He got taken up. How did he get taken up? I think it was a what is it? What do they call them? UAP, unidentified aerial phenomena, or UFO, as they call it. Why do you think that you're hearing so many UFO sightings right now? Those aren't no aliens from another realm. These are the same ships that Elijah saw that he was taken up in, the same one that Ezekiel saw when he said he saw a wheel in the middle of a wheel. Y'all remember the video I showed y'all on this channel where I captured a spinning light phenomenon moving in this direction, but spinning this direction. I knew it wasn't an airplane. I knew it wasn't a plane because it went. I'm going to show that to y'all. If somebody, listen, when I get toward the end, if I have not showed that to y'all, somebody put in the chat, Matt, show us the video. I said I wasn't going to show no video. I'm going to show y'all that one. That one's mine. This thing is flying. Boom, it drops and then goes that way. There is no human-built avionics that can do that. None, nowhere. You cannot go this way, be going this fast, stop, drop at a backwards ascent a little bit, at a backwards descent from the direction you were moving, and then go forward. This thing did a whole Z in the middle of the air. And I feel like it waited for me to see it because something told me, Matt, take your camera outside with you when you go outside because I like the stargaze. I was like, nah, I ain't taking my camera. I'm not going to see anything. I go out there and I see it. And I'm like, oh, that's why I said, Matt, go get your camera. So I was like, all right, let me run back in real quick. It's probably going to be gone. Y'all, I kid you not. It's like that thing waited for me. At the rate it was traveling, it should have been into the tree line by the time I got outside. But it was like right in the same spot where I saw it when I went outside. And then when I got my camera and trained it on the image, then it continued its movement. Mind blowing. I'm going to show that to y'all. Okay. So getting back on point, because who's our target tonight? Baal. I told y'all what it was across 3 different videos now. When they tell y'all, oh man, people being human sacrifice, that's not Baal. That's one of them other ones. That's Moloch or something like that. And if I'm giving guidance to go in on that, I will. But that's not, the Baal is not about human sacrifice. Baal is about energetic sacrifice for money. That's what Baal is about. And we saw its head, we saw her head stick up with this whole Jake Paul, Mike Tyson thing. So sometimes we wonder why things happen. Sometimes the Most High allows things to happen so that those with eyes to see and ears to hear can see it and or hear it. Okay, because he knows, hey, this is the person I gave the gift to. They're gonna blow the horn. They're gonna blow the horn and wake other people up. We at war, y'all, but use the weapons that are not carnal. What's that passage of scripture? I'm not gonna go there, but somebody put it in the chat. For our weapons are not carnal, but are mighty for the tearing down of what? Strongholds. Where are those strongholds? The strongholds are on your mind. People walking around here still in the funk because of who got elected and who didn't get elected. They're not bound physically. They have a stronghold on their mind. Because if they didn't have a stronghold on their mind, they would understand and understand that ain't nobody sitting in any position of government going to save them. You save yourself by raising your energetic frequency. Your frequency should be higher than anybody in Washington, D.C. And you can do that. You can do that. I bring up that vibrational frequency chart on here all the time. If somebody wants me to bring it up again, I'll bring it up toward the end. Okay? So now, getting back to this target, Baal, weapons hot, baby. Weapons hot. Let's go. Fire at will. Your enemy knows all of the above. Your enemy knows that spoken word always precedes the manifestation of those things which are spoken. The word is what activates it. The word is what activates it. The word is what activates it. Otherwise, the thing is laying dormant in the ether. The word is what activates it. That's why the throat chakra is masculine energy. Watch this. Watch this. Those ovum that are sitting in the ovaries, they're inert until that masculine energy activates it at the right time during the month. Somebody talk to me. Talk to me in the comments. That masculine energy activates that ovum and begins the process, the 9-month-long process of the manifestation of that child that was conceived in darkness and brought forth to the light. That's why the word is what activates the thing that you wish to see come into your reality. 5th chakra energy, masculine energy. Everybody's got it, whether you're a male or female. Use your voice. Okay? Look at your natal chart. If you got 3rd house placements in your natal chart, you came here to use your voice. If you have Gemini energy in your natal chart, you came here to use your voice. If you've got 3rd house energy, or if your Jupiter is in the 3rd house, then you are a gifted orator or writer or speaker. When you speak, people listen. You don't even have to be the best speaker. You're gifted. Y'all have heard me talk about Jupiter, your Jupiter placement in your natal chart a long time. If you have Jupiter in the third house, you have a gift for speaking. Use it. Use it. It's going to support everything else in your chart. Okay? All right? If your fifth house is in Gemini, that's a powerful placement. You shine in the area of learning, speaking, communicating, and even technology. Know thyself. This is what I talked about today at the conference. The only way you're going to know yourself is to know your natal chart. That's your instruction manual. That's your personal instruction manual. And even if you got, let's say, for example, I'm a third house Capricorn. I'm a sun in Capricorn in the third house. Guess what? No two third house Capricorns are alike, because guess what? I might have been born in a different degree of Capricorn than somebody else was. So those degrees, they play a role in that too. All right, y'all, let me keep it moving. I don't want this to spin off into an astrology video. Your enemy knows the power that you have on deck. They do, which is why he or she, right? Because it could be dark masculine or dark feminine energy. This is why he or she constantly sends his or her minions to attack your root chakra, your solar plexus chakra, and your throat chakras using the low vibrational energy of fear. So for those of y'all who are always wondering why the news never says anything positive, why is there never anything positive on the news? Why are they always broadcasting? Is my city all jacked up? Did a kid hit a home run at his Pee Wee League base or his Little League baseball game? Show me that. Show me the little girl who was at the fair, who got mom or dad gave them a big old thing of cotton candy, and she saw another little girl that she didn't even know, and she went and said, "Here, you want some of my cotton candy?" and shared it. Show me that. Why you can't show me that? That's going to warm the heart. That's going to raise the vibrational frequency. But guess what? High vibrational frequency poisons these low vibrational entities that have been running this planet for the longest. That's why I tell y'all to shine your light. They can't take the light. They can't take the light. I got any Northeasterners on here? Y'all know. Y'all know about them roaches in the hood. Y'all know. You don't see no roaches unless you get up and go in the kitchen in the middle of the night and turn the light on and they scatter. Might be telling y'all TMI, but you know what? I'm going to tell y'all because that's real. I experienced that when I was younger. I don't anymore, all praises to the Most High, but I experienced that when I was younger. I experienced my mom yelling at us because we didn't close the cereal all the way down, and she's like, now you ain't got no cereal to eat. You left the cereal bag open. Guess what came out of the cereal box? You guess what came out of the bag? Real talk. I ain't ashamed. Why? Why be? Look where I'm at now. I had to go through that. And a lot of y'all light workers out there, y'all didn't come from means. Y'all came from some up backgrounds. So I'm talking to y'all. Anyway, let me keep it moving. Your enemy knows all of the above. That's why he or she is always sending constant attacks on your masculine energy, right? Masculine energy supports feminine energy. Think about it. Your sacral chakra, it sits on top of your root chakra. Your root chakra is your safety and security. It's also your financial security. Your sacral chakra is your creativity. Guess what? If you don't feel safe, how can you create? That root is your foundation. Let's go on up. Your solar plexus, which is your confidence, it supports your heart chakra. If you lack in confidence, your heart might fail you when you need it to not to. And I ain't talking about in a physical sense. I'm talking about in a spiritual sense. That masculine energy supports the feminine energy. It does. Feminine energy dominates the spirit realm. Masculine energy dominates the physical realm. Guess what? If you got enemies in the physical realm, they don't want that spiritual energy manifesting in the physical because they're completely stopped. This is why they've been trying to attack the rise of divine feminine energy in this hour we're in right now. They know that we're in the season now where divine feminine energy is about to take this planet back over. The divine feminine energies of creativity, love, and wisdom, and insight, and knowledge, and intuition, that's what's getting ready to take back over. They don't want it. So they try to knock out the support structure. You want to take a house down, take down the foundation. Why do you think in 1993, I think it was, or 96, one of them years, they tried to blow up the World Trade Center by putting explosives in the basement? When you knock out the foundation, the building falls. That's why there's an attack on your divine masculine energy right now. All right? Your enemies know that. That's why they're constantly attacking your root chakra. They don't want you to feel safe and secure. They want you always working. Man, you know what? You got to go get another job. Hey, we need you to work more hours. Cost of living is going up. The pay's not going up. You might have to go get a second job. That's an attack on your root chakra, because now you're expending extra energy to feel financially secure. If they're attacking your root chakra where you're working all the time for somebody else, how can you be creative in the area for which you were created? Right? So they attack that root chakra, because when they attack the root chakra, it affects that creativity. When they attack that solar plexus chakra and you lose that confidence, it makes it tough for you to love. That's why it's a lot of women with their heart closed off. Man, I ain't loving nobody no more, man. Last time I loved somebody, they broke my heart. They didn't break your heart. They attacked your confidence. See, if you had the confidence, you would have known that this person right here was no good. That's why masculine and feminine got to be together. That's why they're always trying to tear the family up. That's why there's certain agendas out here pushing certain agendas that are anti-traditional nuclear family. When you attack the divine masculine, the divine feminine has no protection. The divine feminine has no protection. Divide and conquer. Let's separate the men from the women. My mother tells me this all the time about what's happening in New York. Hey, let's get these young girls. We know they're going to get pregnant. Let's give them money from the government and tell them, if you got a man in the house, you can't get these funds. That is a subtle attack on feminine energy. Why? Because you've removed that masculine protection. On the flip, guess what? When you can separate divine feminine energy from divine masculine, that masculine energy, he's got the power, the physical prowess to move through this physical realm, but he's lacking that spiritual guidance. That feminine has a job to do. She's like, hey, that's not, I'm picking up something. That's not a good move. Or, hey, this is a good move. You really should do this, hon. You really should do this, babe. You think so? Well, now my boy said, well, your boy ain't got no insight. How many times has your boy failed? How many times has he failed? You listening to him? Or you going to listen to me? I'm giving you divine. While you sleeping and snoring, I'm up praying and manifesting and meditating on what advice I should give you. That's how this thing's supposed to work. That's why they separate the masculine from the feminine. But we shooting back at Baal, and we know that Baal is dark feminine energy. They try to tell you that it's masculine energy, it's dark feminine energy. Let's keep going, okay? All right. So the darkness, your enemy is always trying to attack your root chakra, your solar plexus chakra, your root, your security, your solar plexus, your confidence, and your strength. And guess what? They can attack that solar plexus through your diet too, right? That solar plexus, what zone of the body is that? It's right here. It's the gut. It's between the navel and the bottom of the rib cage. That solar plexus. That's where your strength comes from. You ever see somebody get punched in the solar plexus? They going straight down. I don't care how big they are. Somebody hit you in that solar plexus, you going down. You could be a 350-pound bodybuilder. Somebody catch you right in that solar plexus, you going down. Period. So guess what? They can attack that solar plexus via certain diets. That's why they're always promoting certain foods and certain foods that ain't necessarily good for you if you eat them all the time. That's why they're always showing you an ad for that. Get this juicy, succulent, triple cheeseburger. And then you're like, oh, why did I eat that? Oh, it tastes good when it's going down. But after you ate that last bite and it hits bottom, boom, you be home like, man, why did I eat that? Especially when it's time to eliminate it, right? Let me keep it moving, y'all. Let me keep it moving. They're always attacking that root chakra, that solar plexus, and that throat chakra with fear. That's their weapon, okay? What I always say, your enemy is afraid for you to speak, so he tries to make you afraid to speak. Y'all remember Jezebel? Jezebel, who controlled King Ahab and sacrificed many to Baal, then would turn those sacrificed souls against the prophets and prophetesses of the Most High. It's like the energy vampire. You get your energy sucked out by somebody else and they take your happy day and make it sucky. What do? You go tell somebody else. Or even if you don't tell anybody else, if you out and people see you, they can see that low vibrational energy on you. Man, what's wrong with her? Man, what's wrong with him? Man, who pissed in their cornflakes? That's what energy vampire is. You be like, man, what y'all looking at? Don't look at me. Man, who you talking to? Now you done bit somebody else and now their energy's down. Yo, man, don't be talking to me like that, player. Yo, man, you don't know me, man. But you were happy before they came with that. That's why you got to keep your vibrational frequency high, because it is then easier to repel attacks like that. Okay? That's what Jezebel did. She sacrificed people to Baal. I'm going to talk about it again for those of y'all that didn't see the video. I'm going to get to the end. You're going to know exactly how those Baal sacrifices happen. Okay? You're going to know exactly how they happen by the end of this video. She sacrifices somebody to Baal, turned them into a minion, and now they on the other people. Hey, you like that money? Hey, I'll give you some more money if you can shut that person over there up. Man, shut them up. Man, shut their channel down. All right? So, that's the first segment. Let me read some comments. Okay? We got, she said, even my compost pile has strawberries growing. How about that, Ali? The compost pile is growing strawberries. That's what I'm talking about. Complete and Whole T said, I used to have the same dream, jumping miles in my dream. That's real. If you can see it in the dreamscape, it's possible. If you can see it in the dreamscape, it is possible. Thank you for sharing that. Angel said, thank you, Matt, for breaking down this masculine, feminine, divine energy. My pleasure. It's an honor. Live Rock said, hey, Matt, you know you're vibing high when random people gravitate to you and make small talk, or spaces that are empty when you walk in, fill up with people. You're like, yo, Live Rocks, you nailed that. Absolutely. Angel, I appreciate that. Angel said you teaching tonight, man. I appreciate that. Let's go. Let's keep it moving. Okay. So now, in order to defeat your enemy, you must first know his moves. What are his weapons and how does he use them? You know, we had this, and I forget the acronym now, but when I was in the Army, we had this thing called, I don't remember the acronym, but when you're scouting, you have to do a report. They call it a sit rep, situation rep, whatever, but you're getting a report on the enemy. They'll send a scout out to scout the enemy. They want to know what the force strength is. How big is that enemy? What kind of weapons do they have? Is their morale high or is it low? How many of them are there? What kind of equipment do they have? Is their morale high or is it low? Those are things you got to report back with. Why? Because that is how you're going to tailor your battle plan. You know your own status. You might say, hey, man, you know what? Man, they're greater than they're greater in force strength than we are. And them dudes look like they happy. They look like they like fighting. Man, we've been out here doing this for a while. I don't know if we want to go up against them dudes, man. Or, man, them dudes look like they down in their luck, man. We saw them down there. Yeah, they look like we see them sharing bullets and sharing magazines. Oh, they low on ammunition. If we hit them now before their supply drop comes, we can take them over. Oh, it's there's a unit out there of 40 men. We got 250. From what we can see, they only got rifles and pistols, maybe a couple of grenades. We got machine guns. We got anti-tank rounds and stuff. We got armored cavalry. Man, let's go get them out of there. They got that light unit defending our objective. Let's go get it. If you want to defeat your enemy, you got to know his moves. How does he move? Do y'all know what one of the things that made y'all know I've said this before. I study war history. I've loved it from the time I was a little boy. One of the things that made the Romans so good at what they did is that the Romans would watch their next enemy for months before they attacked them. They watched them for months. They are practically the enemy by the time they attack. Why? Because they know what they do. They know when their watch is. They know when they change guard. They know where the people go to get their water. They know where they get their food. They got all that intel before they go and attack. So if you want to defeat your enemy, you got to know his moves. What are his weapons and how does he use them? Okay, so we're going to talk about that now. Because remember I said the target is Baal. We're witnessing the fall of the system and the prophets of Baal. All right, so get your weapons hot, baby. We're exposing their tricks. Weapons hot, fire at will. Okay, fire at will. How do you fire at will? Use your voice. Call out the bull. If it's bull, call it out. If you're guided to. Everybody don't have that assignment, but do your part. Even if you don't call it out, say, you know what, man, that's bull. We're talking about this, that, and the third is gonna happen. I'm gonna shine my light. Look at the thing that happened with the dock workers strike earlier this year. I already knew how that was gonna go. Man, y'all go and buy up this right here because, man, it's gonna shut down everything. When these docks shut down, then no commerce can happen. That's a powerful move they use, y'all. That's a powerful move. Why? Because whether it's truth or a lie, you have to respect it. But I said to myself, let's see how long before they overturn this thing. It wasn't 48 hours later, after people done ran out, damn near tackled people in the store trying to get tissue and water, Ain't no water to be found nowhere. They just had a hurricane up in North Carolina that took out a bunch of stuff. People buying up water, hoarding it. And then they say, hey, the union reached an agreement and all is well. Got you again. Got you again. We got that bolus. We got that boost of that low vibrational fear energy that was released when y'all heard this report. We already knew it was going to be settled in 48 hours, right? Keep your vibes high. I'm not telling you not to prepare, but don't do it on no fear. What does the scripture say? For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and a sound mind. You know where that sound mind energy comes from? It don't come from your sixth chakra. It comes from your third chakra. That's your masculine energy. A sound mind means confidence. When you confident, you like, man, I'm going to sleep. I don't care what's going on out there. I'm taken care of. I'm protected. I don't care what's going on outside this door. Ain't nobody coming inside this door. I got an angelic frequency surrounding my house. They can't even get close to it. I told y'all before, angels can take on human form if they want, but angelic is a frequency. God, the divine, the most high, is an infinite number of frequencies above the highest angelic level, which is the seraphim. So if you can apply a number to the seraphim, let's say it's a frequency of 10,000 hertz. Let's say that. Let's say the frequency of the seraphim, I don't know what it is. If somebody knows it wants to put in the chat, fine. Let's say the frequency of the seraphim is 10,000 hertz. Well, guess what? The most high is 10,000, 10,001, 10,002, 10,000, on up into infinity. That's why the energy is known as the most high. There's no frequency. It's an infinite number of frequency ranges above the highest angelic frequency. How you going to defeat that? So if the most high ride with you, you can go to sleep. You can go to sleep. Ain't nothing coming near you. Ain't nothing coming near you. I'm going to get to that in the end. Okay. All right. So who is Baal? Who is Baal, Matt? For those of y'all that didn't see my last two lives, who is Baal? It's real easy. Baal is the god of unrighteously obtained wealth and the so-called pleasures that come with it. Now, if you want to break down Baal using ancient phonetic Hebrew, Ba means house, and Al or El, some people call it El, means God. So what is it? It is the god of the house. It is the god of the house. The god of what house? Whatever house you put up that image in. It could also be, quote unquote, the god of this world, though it ain't the God that sits above this world. Ba means house. Al or El means God, house God. Y'all read the account, or I did the account from the book of Jasher. I think it's chapter 9. I did it on this channel a week or two ago, where I read the account of what was happening during that Tower of Babel build. They're like, man, we're going to go up there and find out who a third of them said, we're going to go up there and we're going to kick the most high God out and put our statues up there and worship them. That's how foolish those people were. You're going to kick out the power and put a statue that you made with your hands up in that seat and then pray to a statue you made with your hands. That's like me going home baking a cake. And I did look up a recipe for some scratch-made chocolate cake. I might make that when I go home. It's pretty easy. And I got the ingredients at home. So I might make that when I go home. But that would be like me baking a chocolate cake and saying, oh, chocolate cake, bless me with riches. Huh? That's how foolish some people are. I had a thought to say something, but the spirit says, I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to leave it alone. Who is Baal? Baal is the god of unrighteously obtained wealth and the so-called pleasures that come with it. Why did I make the distinction between unrighteously obtained wealth? Because if there's an unrighteously obtained wealth, then there's a righteously obtained wealth as well. Okay? You got the universe is a study of opposites. Astrology is a study of opposites. If you don't know what Scorpio energy is, but you know what Taurus energy is, the two sit opposite each other. If you know what Taurus energy is, all you got to do is think the opposite. Tauruses are like, man, Taurus is the number one sign of self-care. Hey, look, I'm collecting this for me. This is mine. I'm going to have the baddest, whatever. Boom, boom, boom. This is me, mine. Possessions, material possessions, material acquisitions. That's Taurus energy. If you don't know Scorpio energy, but you know Taurus energy, then you got to know if Scorpio sits opposite Taurus, then Scorpio will give you the shirt off their back. If they F's with you, ain't nothing they won't give you. Taurus is me, mine. Scorpio is this is ours. Okay? Gemini is the energy of the student. Sagittarius is the energy of the teacher. Right? right? Gemini is about communication. Sagittarius is about higher learning. Gemini, elementary learning. Sagittarius, higher learning. Cancer is about home, family life, family roots. Capricorn is about going out to work. It's a study of opposites. If you don't know one, but you know the other, then you can know the other. The universe is the same. So if there's a such thing as unrighteously obtained wealth, then there's also a righteously obtained wealth. You choose how you want to get yours. You make the choice, okay? Baal is the god of unrighteously obtained wealth and the so-called pleasures that come with it. That is why it is signified by the golden bull. The golden bull, okay? What is a bull? What's the difference between a bull and an ox? I broke that down. Only difference between a bull and an ox is one got balls and the other one don't. The ox has been castrated. That ox is castrated so that it can be, all of that testosterone is gone and you ain't got to worry about that ox trying to fight you. That ox that used to be a bull before it was castrated. And they castrate them when they're babies, right? That's where bullock comes from. A bullock is a baby male cow that they castrate so that it can grow up to be an ox. Both an ox and a bull have horns, but that bull is raging. That ox, he's docile. That's why they put a yoke on an ox and get an ox to work. So when you get sacrificed to Baal, guess what? They clip your manhood. They clip your testosterone. They clip your masculine energy, and now you work for them. You're no longer a bull, a full male cow with its full power, testosterone. You are now a docile ox with the same physical power that bull has. But it's like, hey, I'm now going to work that ox and get that ox to do some stuff for me that I'm not strong enough to do on my own. Come on, Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. Come on. Tired of talking about that one. I broke down his natal chart. It's on my channel if y'all want to see it. It's going away after November the 30th. So if you want to see that breakdown of Jake Paul's natal chart, you got till November the 30th. Then it's going back onto my Patreon. Okay. All right. So the next question is, what always precedes a Baal sacrifice? Does anybody know? Somebody put that in the chat. What always precedes a Baal? If you know who Baal is the god of ill-gotten wealth and the pleasures that come with it. If you know that that's what Baal is, what always precedes a Baal sacrifice? Somebody put that in the chat. Somebody put it in the chat. Whoa, Tony said you have a video to share with Sentinel coming down in your yard. Yo, bro, if you got that on TikTok or on your YouTube or something, yeah, I want to see that for sure. For sure. Okay, nobody answered the question. So let me explain what always comes. Let me pull my question back up. Nobody answered it. It had no takers. What always precedes a Baal sacrifice? A monetary offer of some type, a monetary offer of some form. Okay, a monetary offer, monetary money. Baal, bull. Think about Taurus. Taurus rules over what? The second house. I broke this down in the preceding video. A want or a need, Jojo. You right there. You right there with me. That's Jojo. You jumped ahead to my final notes, but you're exactly right. You're exactly right. But that's coming from the individual, Jojo. That is coming from the target of the sacrifice. I'm talking about what always precedes a Baal sacrifice. What comes from the prophet or prophetess of Baal? What comes from them? I'm gonna go ahead and read it. But you're right, Jojo. But you're talking about the recipient side. I'm talking about the person that's doing it. What always comes is a monetary offer that has some form of personal humiliation or sacrifice of one's morals or standards attached to it. I'm gonna say that again. What always precedes, not proceeds, proceeds as follows, precedes is come before. What always precedes a Baal sacrifice is a monetary offer that has some form of personal humiliation or sacrifice of one's morals or standards attached to it. Do y'all think that Mike Tyson sacrificed something in order to get that $20 million from Jake Paul? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Do y'all think that Mike Tyson sacrificed something in order to get that $20 million he earned in that show? Okay. Shout out to Sacred Boxing, Coach Jared. He had me on his. We did a collab last night on his channel. I told him I'm not calling that a fight anymore. It wasn't a fight. It was a show. It was a show. It was a magic show. It was a magic show. Sleight of hand. Okay. Angel said that's what's meant by selling your soul. Exactly. People think that you can actually, quote unquote, sell your soul to the devil and go to a place of flames. It doesn't work that way. What you're doing is you're sacrificing your soul contract. What did you come to this life to do? Woo, man, I know I came here to do this or be that, man, but that right there looks good. That looks good. And see, you're a free will being. You are a free will being. So the Most High ain't going to stop you. But your angel is, even your higher self. Your angel, even your higher self. Your angel, even your higher self is always going to be in your ear saying, you sure you want to do that? I wouldn't do that if I were you. I wouldn't do that. That stinks. That stinks. That fish ain't no good. It's spoiled. It's spoiled. Yeah, they fried it. They battered it good. It's got seasoning on it, but it's spoiled. If you bite it, you're going to get sick. Nah, man, that fish sandwich look good, man. Yo, stick with that. Stick with that Greek salad you got over there. Don't go for that. I know that looks good. Man, them ribs look good, dog. Dog. Man, them ribs look good, player. Y'all, excuse me for 1 second. Oh, I didn't catch the mute button. It's all good. Yo, them ribs look good right there, player. They look good. I'm going to go get them ribs. Now you're like, oh man. I need to go to urgent care. You got some Pepto-Bismol. Your higher self, like, I told you not to eat that. Why didn't you listen to me? And your higher self is always a calm voice. It's always peaceful. It don't never come with no hurried, excited energy. It's always peaceful, right? A monetary offer that has some form of personal humiliation or sacrifice of one's morals or standards are always attached to a Baal sacrifice, okay? Once you accept the offer and perform the humiliating requirement that accompanies it, you have officially been sacrificed to Baal. And once you have been sacrificed, you are officially a Baal worshiper. Y'all remember how that king, and for those of you that stuck around for the extended part of my last live, how I was reading the account of the king that sent those 50 guards at Elijah. What happened? He got sick, and instead of him sending for Elijah, who was his prophet, because this was a king of Israel, a king of one of the provinces of Israel, instead of him seeking this answer from Elijah, who was his own prophet, his own seer, his own medium, for those of y'all that think those are evil terms, somebody, if you're an intermediary between the spirit realm and the physical realm, you're a medium. It's just, who are you a medium to? Who are you a medium for? Elijah was a medium. Instead of him going to Elijah and saying, can you please inquire of the Most High whether or not I'm going to recover from this ailment? He says, hey, go and bring me one of them prophets of Beelzebub and ask them if I'm going to recover from this. Like heaven wasn't listening. Like heaven wasn't listening. Like the high vibrational frequency band of the bandwidth that's always around us at all times. God is, I am, the universal I am presence that's everywhere. It's always listening. So instead of this man, who was a part of a set apart nation, going to his prophet and saying, yo, man, maybe if you can't heal me or something, man, can you please inquire of the Most High if I'm going to recover from this? He sends for a prophet of a power that was not their power. What did he say in the 10 instructions? I chose you. Don't have no other gods before me. Don't have no other powers before me. I'm the most high power, so I chose you. These other nations around you, they got their own power. They got their own powers that they can talk to and deal with. I chose y'all. Y'all my fantasy football picks. I went round by round and put this team together. Why are you going to another coach? Oh, that's what we going to do? That's what we doing? So that's what happened. That's what happened. So Elijah was like, hey, look, Most High told me to tell you, since you wanted to go check in with somebody else, that you're going to surely die. Once you accept the offer and perform the humiliating requirement that accompanies it, you have officially been sacrificed to Baal. Once you have been sacrificed, you are now officially a Baal worshiper. You are now worshiping the god of ill-gotten wealth and pleasures, ill-gotten. All right? So, what does all this mean, Matt? I hear people all the time say, the devil made me do it. Oh, man, the devil jumped in that person, man, and made that person do da-da-da-da-da-da-da. The devil don't make you do nothing. The devil doesn't make you do anything. I did a whole video on that. Let me pull that up. Let me pull that up for y'all. I did a whole video on that. Y'all can watch that. All right. I did a whole video on that. Hang on one second. Let's see. Matt D. Telford, did the devil make you do it? All right. Let me share this to the screen, y'all. Let me share this to the screen real quick. I don't need that. Thank y'all for being here tonight. I know it's a Saturday night. Y'all could be anywhere in the world, but y'all hanging out with Matt D. Telford, and I do not take that lightly. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you in this live, okay? You see this right here? Did the devil make you do it, or was it you? Learning to identify and embrace your shadow aspects. If you got light, guess what? You got a dark side too. But the key is not to let your dark side control you. Control your dark side. I said in that video, you might need that shadow side. If somebody try to break in your house at 2 in the morning, it ain't no love and light. The only light you're going to see is coming from that muzzle flash. That's it. Ain't no love and light somebody trying to, that's your shadow. That ain't the higher vibrational self doing that. Hey, brother, I love you. Please don't break in my house. Love and light. Man, please. Only love and light is going to be coming. I'm a love pulling. Let me shut up. Let me shut up. Let me shut up. I'm a love making that light come out the end of that muzzle. Let me say that. That's the only love and light you're going to get trying to kick somebody's door in at 2 in the morning. That's the only love and light you're going to get. Hopefully it missed you when you run and you know not to come back in there no more. All right. That's it right there, y'all. If you want to click that link, okay, let me stop sharing. Did the devil make you do it, or was it you? So the devil doesn't make you do anything. First of all, you got to understand that the so-called devil is nothing more than the low vibrational emotional frequency band. That's what the devil is. It's the low vibrational emotional frequency band. If the devil lives in the lower vibrational frequency range, the Most High lives in the opposite. I'm not going to bring the cone up. I'm not going to bring it up tonight. A lot of y'all have seen me do that ad nauseum, but print that cone out, y'all, and put it somewhere where you can look at it every day. I do that. I do that. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to tell y'all to do anything I don't do myself. I got that thing printed out. It's on my refrigerator. Why? Because I'm always going in the fridge, or I'm always walking past it. So every time I walk past it, or every time I feel myself dipping, I look at that thing. And what I wrote at the top was, man, look, I didn't want to bring it up, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to go ahead and do it because I don't know if I got new people watching me. Let me do this real quick. I should have this on my desktop. Let me see. Hang on a sec. Desktop. Frequencies. No, that's too small. I got to delete that thing. I need a better one than that. Hang on, fam. Hang on. Let me get that off there. That way I won't come back to that same. Let's open this. Access denied. I don't want that. All right, give me a sec, fam. Let me pull this one up. Let me pull up one that's that you can actually see. That's good enough. The print is kind of blurry, but you can see it. All right, let me share this. All right, y'all see that? Y'all see what's going on down here? Shame, guilt, apathy. What's apathy? Man, I don't care, man. Whatever happened, gonna happen, man. I don't care about nothing, man. Whatever. Man, I don't care about. Well, how you doing, man? Man, that's apathy. It ain't guilt, it ain't shame, it ain't really sadness. It's just like, man, if a rock fall out of the sky and hit me right now, man, it just be all right, man. Yeah, that's low vibration. Who wants to be around that? Okay. Grief, that's sadness. Fear, that's what the media is always pushing. Desire, is desire a bad thing? It's a bad thing when it's something that you shouldn't be desiring. Somebody walked down the street with a $250 gold or $250,000 gold necklace, and you desiring his necklace, not one like it. You desiring his necklace. What's coming after that? Hey, yo, man. Hey, yo. Hey, y'all, man. Yo, this dude coming down through the corner of the block, man. He walking by himself, man. He don't look like he packing or nothing, man. Yo, man, this fool got a $250,000 chain on his neck, man. Y'all get that chain, man. Y'all get it. We take that to the pawn shop, man, to get a couple of $100 for it. That's low vibrational desire. That's low vibrational desire right there. It's going to lead to something else low vibrational. All right? Anger. Anger's okay sometimes. What did the scripture say? It said, be angry, but sin not. What does sin mean? It means error. It's okay to be angry. Don't let that anger make you make a mistake that you wish that you can't take back. You know how many of them shows I watch, the documentaries where they go in there and talk to prison people that's locked up for life, Like, man, I wish I just left that gun at home that day, man. Yeah, when I saw that man's mother crying in that courtroom, looking me in my face, man, that was worse than the sentence that the judge was getting ready to. I wish I could have that moment back, man, just so I didn't have to see that. That's somebody's mama, man. I took somebody's son away from their mama. I wouldn't want that for my own mother. That's what be angry but sin not means. He was angry, and he allowed that anger to make him do something that he could not take back. That's what be angry but sin not means. Pride. We know what that is. We know what that's about. We also know that that's a multicolored. Don't get me started on that. Pride cometh before a fall, or pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. Okay, that's where the devil lives. And this frequency range down here, all of that down there is the devil. That's where he lives. Okay, if the devil lives down there, then above courage is the swing point. Courage ain't something courage ain't even an energy you're supposed to be sitting in all the time. Courage is what you use to get from down here to up here. You got to have the courage to face whatever it is that made you down in here somewhere and say, I want something better for myself. So what did Matt do? Matt printed out this chart that you're looking at on the screen, and I had enough space and enough white space to write up here in a magic marker. I said, where is my energy today? ? And beneath it, I said, where do I want my energy to be, and how do I get it there? And I walk past that every time I'm in my kitchen. It's a good tip, y'all. That's a good tip. That is a good tip. All right. All right, where am I? So we know the devil doesn't make you do anything. First of all, understand that the so-called devil is nothing more than that low vibrational emotional frequency band. Those higher vibrations, peace, joy, love, enlightenment, that's when you're in that higher frequency range where the Most High and the angels live. Okay? The devil don't make you do anything. Let me read a passage of scripture that shows you that. Let's bring the scriptures back up now. Let's bring it back up. Thank y'all for being here tonight. And thank you for your patience. All right. Let's see. Chapter 1. All right. Let's, I believe it is, hang on. Let's go to 13. Let's go to 13. Okay. 13 right here. We're going to go 13 through. Wait a minute. I'm in Matthew, not James. My bad, y'all. This thing jumps back when you click off of it. My bad. Here we go. James 1 and 13. Okay. Already got it highlighted. Did the devil make you do it, or was it you? Let's go. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of God. For the power cannot be tempted with evil, neither doth he tempt any man. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of what? His own lust and enticed. Y'all go watch that video. Did the devil make you do it, or was it you? It's some nuggets in there, and it's a short video. It's about 16 minutes, I think. 12, 16 minutes, somewhere around in there. I don't even think it's 20 minutes. Y'all check that out. Put it in your playlist. Put it in your watch list. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. But every woman is tempted when she is drawn away of her own lust and enticed. Then when lust has conceived, remember I told y'all the conception happens in the mind, the manifestation happens in the physical. Then when that lust has conceived, it bringeth forth error, a mistake. You make a mistake. When that lust is conceived, that was your first mistake. And then sin, or that mistake, when it's finished doing what it does, it bringeth forth death. Now, is that talking about a physical death? It can be. It can be. But it's not. It can also be an emotional death. It can be a death of your persona, where you just now in low vibrational energy, in the energy of guilt and shame of something that you wouldn't have done if you weren't drawn away and enticed, or something that you were wanting that your higher self said, I don't know, should you do that? I broke that down in that video. Go watch it, y'all. Go watch it. Did the devil make you do it, or was it you? I'll break it down for you. I'll break it down. Okay? All right? So, the devil didn't make you do it. It was you. It was you. Y'all stop. Like one of the pastors, when I used to go to church back in the day, used to say, man, y'all give the devil way too much credit. Y'all did that. Okay? Now, let me show you the contrast. I'm going to contrast that with a scripture from Isaiah. We're going to go to Isaiah, the 40th chapter. This is one of my favorites. In fact, on my necklace with my crystals on it, I got a little dog tag with one of these scriptures from Isaiah 40 in it. Let's go there. Isaiah 40. All right. Let's start there. Isaiah, we're going to do 28 through, let me highlight it. We're going to do 28 through 31. Let's do that. I'm going to show y'all exactly what this means. I'm going to show y'all the contrast of let no man say when he's tempted, oh man, God tempted me, man. He said he ain't going to tempt you. He can't be tempted, so why would he tempt you? All right? She can't be tempted if you want to look at the divine mother aspect, so why would she tempt you? Isaiah 40 and 28 through 31. Hast thou not known? Hast thou not heard that the everlasting power, the Lord, the creator of the ends of the earth, fainteth not, neither is weary? There is no searching of his understanding. He gives power to the faint, and to them that have no might, he increases their strength. Even the youths, or the young men, young women, even the youths shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall. Eventually, they're going to fall. But they that wait upon the Most High shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. Matthew, why did you contrast that with this one? Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of God, for God cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempteth he any man. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. The contrast is, but they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. That's the contrast. That's the contrast. So when that thing that looks so desirable that you can't leave it alone pops up, I'm talking about Baal now. This is connected. This is connected to Baal, because Baal comes, Jojo put it in there. Jojo had the cheat sheet. He put it in there and said, it's got to do with something that you desire. I'm telling y'all how to defeat Baal. The target is Baal tonight, y'all. Weapons hot. Let's go. Move your selector from safety. Take the safety off. Move it over to semi. Get ready to squeeze some rounds off at Baal. The word of the power is sharper than two-edged sword. Let's go. So the contrast is this. This is Baal energy right here. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. That's what Baal do. That's what he uses. Baal, I'm going to show you something. I'm going to get to that. I'm going to get to that. But the contrast right here is wait. Let me go back. Is it in here? Ah, yeah, it sure is. It sure is right here. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation. For when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the power hath promised to them that love him. Love him where? Love where he lives, in that high vibrational frequency range. So when you endure temptation, you receive that crown of life. The opposite is right down here, death, spiritual death. Man, I'll fuck that one up, man. Damn. Man, how did I do that, man? Man, I should have just listened to my higher self, man. And he even sent people by to tell me, just give me word of confirmation, man. Man, how did I fuck that up, man? Damn. When it could have been, you know what? I'm going to endure this. Something about this just, let me endure. Right? Them that waits upon the power shall renew their strength. It gets weak sometimes when life is bearing down on you. When life is bearing down on you, it gets weak sometimes. I'm gonna show you how that connects back to Baal. This ain't me calling nobody out for whatever. We all have human emotions. We all go through things. I'm specifically got my target set on Baal because I don't want to see nobody get sacrificed to Baal. That was embarrassing watching Mike Tyson. That was embarrassing. Okay, let me stop sharing. Okay, so a person who is waiting, that Isaiah 40 and 28 through 31. A person who is waiting for something is a person that has an inner knowing that the thing for which they are waiting will surely be delivered into their hands in due season. What is due season for my spiritual people out there? Divine timing and due season, they're one and the same. Due season and divine timing. It's November 23rd, y'all. I love cucumbers. Y'all hear me talk about them on here all the time. I can't go out there and plant a cucumber right now and think I'm going to get something out of the ground a month from now. It ain't due season. It ain't due season to plant. It ain't due season to eat cucumber. I got to plant that seed when it's due season. And when it's due season, I'm going to reap those cucumbers, go in the house, wash them off, cut them, eat them, enjoy them. All right? A little bit of olive oil, a little bit of red wine vinegar, a little salt, a little pepper. I'm enjoying them. Okay? A little lemon juice. I'm enjoying them. But it's going to come in due season. A person who is waiting for something is a person that has an inner knowing. What I always say faith is inner knowing, sight unseen. It's not something you're hoping for. It's an inner knowing without needing to see or hear it. Well, we know that hearing activates that faith. Because I just told you when that prophet speaks, it activates what's coming after what he spoke. Karma or dharma. When that prophet speaks, it's going to come. Okay? So a person who is waiting for something is a person that has an inner knowing that the thing for which they are waiting will surely be delivered into their hands. Okay? Within that person, you're not going to find any doubt. We talking about how to get Baal up out of there, y'all. How to get Baal up out of your life. Okay? Doubt, that's another low vibration. It wasn't in that little cone thing. That's a basic one. I've seen one that's a spiral that's got a whole bunch of on one side, on one end, it's got a whole bunch of different vibrational frequency. Let me see if I can find that one real quick, y'all. Let me see if I can find that one real quick. Show that one to y'all. I think this is it right here. Yep, that's it. I hope y'all can see it because the print is. I don't want that one. Let me get a better one. The print is kind of small. This is the one right here. That's it. That's the one right there. All right. Let me bring this one up on the screen for y'all. Right here. Okay. Y'all see this emotional spiral ascending? Y'all can use this one if you don't want the cone. This one has more different emotions that you can find on it. That's the midline right there. Below that midline, that's where the devil live. Above that midline, that's where the Most High and the angels live. Okay. Boredom, low vibrational. Doubt, that's what I just mentioned. Doubt, that's low vibrational. Depression, impatience. That's what Baal's prophets get you. They entice you with something, and because you're not patient, y'all, I'm gonna get to it. Jojo, you were on it, bro. You were on it. Okay, y'all can just do a search for vibrational emotional frequency chart. Y'all do a search for that. You'll find it. You'll find this one. Let me get that off the screen. So. All right. Doubt is a low vibration. Another low vibrational emotion associated with doubt is another D word. Desperation. Doubt and desperation are low vibrations. Baal is Baal a high vibrational entity or low vibrational one? It's low vibrational. So doubt and desperation. Remember that. When you exist in the energies of doubt and desperation, you give off a frequency that attracts the prophets of Baal to tempt you with an offer of either money or pleasure or both. I'm going to say that again for the people in the back of the room, okay? For the kids in the back of the classroom that were talking, I'm going to say that one again. When you exist in the energies of doubt and depression, you give off a frequency that attracts the prophets of Baal to tempt you with an offer of either money or pleasure or both. But that offer always comes with a humiliation ritual attached. And that can be as simple as you settling. For something or someone that you would not normally settle for if you were in the energy of waiting. Waiting is high vibrational. You know why? Waiting comes from your third chakra. That's your masculine energy. What did I tell y'all before? Baal and this system is always attacking your masculine energy. Waiting is a product of your third chakra, your solar plexus. When you have that inner knowing, you got that confidence that says, you know what? This thing that I desire to appear in my life, all I got to do is wait for it. In due season, it's going to come. The fact that I want it says that it's mine. The fact that I want it and I'm willing to wait for it, that's the evidence that is mine. The fact that I want it and I'm willing to wait for it says that it's mine. That's your evidence right there. Do you want it? Are you willing to wait a long time? Are you willing to wait indefinitely for it? I'm not telling y'all to do something low vibrational. I mean, I know some of these ladies out there are like, well, he promised, girl, he was going to put a ring on it. I'm just going to wait. No, you already know he ain't going to put no ring on it. Stop. You already know. You got an inner knowing. You're hoping that he's going to put a ring on it. Hoping and knowing are two different energies. They're two different frequencies. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when you know that in divine timing, man, y'all better come on, man. Some of this is tied to your natal chart. Some of it's tied to your name numerology. Why do y'all think I do what I do when I come on here? When you exist in the energies of doubt and desperation, you give off a frequency that attracts the prophets of Baal to tempt you with an offer of either money or pleasure or both. But that offer always comes with a humiliation ritual attached. And that can be as simple as you settling for something or someone that you would not otherwise settle for. If you were in the energy of waiting, which requires faith. I just said that, third chakra. Which in turn requires confidence. That comes from your third chakra. The kind of confidence that comes with inner knowing, sight unseen, which is what I've always said that faith is. That's the real definition of faith. The Roman centurion. Hey, my servant is at home sick and they about to die. Okay, I'll come heal him. Nah, man, listen, player. I seen you, man. I know how you move. You ain't even got to come to my house. Matter of fact, I'm not even worthy. Man, look here. I'm so wretched, man. I'll be out here killing people, man, ordering people's deaths, slaughtering for Rome, taking over people's land. I'm not worried. I don't even want to be doing this, but I'm a captain of this guard. I got to serve my military service. I ain't worthy. All this stuff I've done has not made me worthy. But you know what? If you speak the word, my servant's going to live. He said, man, I ain't even found this kind of faith among my own people. You're going about your business. Your servant lives. And then he gets back home and he inquires. He sees his servant alive and he inquires of the people in the house, what time did he recover? And when they told him what hour he recovered, they said he knew that was the exact same time he asked the Messiah to speak the word. That's inner knowing, sight unseen. We talking about how to dodge Baal, okay? So let me read some comments and I'm gonna continue on. See what we got here. She said, Mike don't care about his legacy. He said in a recent interview, how he's remembered don't matter when he's dead. I don't think that statement to an adolescent black interviewer was a coincidence. You know what, Live Rocks, I saw that interview and I honestly thought he was being sincere, but it's easy to say something until after it happens. Okay, I'm gonna give you a better example. And thank God I didn't see this movie. Okay, thank God I did not see this movie. Boss Lady saw this movie years ago when it first dropped. I mean, this was back in the days of VHS. I never saw it, but she told me about Will Smith in 6 Degrees of Separation. Will ain't been the same since. He ain't been the same since. Why? Because even though he was acting, I tell people this all the time. Acting, there's certain actions within the course of a script that require you to lower a wall that has nothing to do with acting. Once you lower that wall and let an enemy in, I don't care if they say cut. Okay, that was a good shoot. That's a wrap. Okay, that's a wrap. Good cut. Let's go. Shoot's over. You did that. Ain't no such thing as acting. You did that. He lowered his walls for a role that promised to catapult his career. What happened? His career catapulted. But he was never the same Will anymore after that movie. He was never the same Will. I thank God I didn't see that movie. When she told me what happened, I was so happy I didn't see it. That's an example of what I'm talking about, Live Rocks. It comes with a humiliation ritual. Look at all these. Cat Williams talked about it. Y'all saw the Cat Williams interview on Club Shay Shay at the beginning of the year, back in January. He talked about it. He said, yeah, they promised you all this, and that, but you either got to go see the man or you got to do something like put a skirt on and some makeup and a wig and some fake boobs and go out there as a man dressed as a woman. Hey, if you just do this role, man, your career is going to take off. They just sacrificed you to Baal. You can't take that back. You did it. It's on tape. It's registered in the Akashic Records. Everything has got a price tag associated with it. You got to pay for that. You got to pay for it. She said, I saw that live rocks. I was like, dog, Mike, she's a kid. Yeah, I was the same way, Ali. I was like, why? Come on, dude. Filter yourself for the kids at least. But on the flip side, sometimes it pays for the kids to hear the real too. So it's it's six in one hand, half dozen in the other. Purposely put that child in a low vibration out. Yeah, did he know he was doing it? Probably not. But Mike, you got to know who you're talking to. You always got to consider your audience. There's things I'm gonna say on here with y'all. If I got to go talk to a group of students, and I've actually done lectures for teenagers, I filter the message for the teenagers. Okay, why? Because their minds aren't developed to this point yet. So yeah, there's a fine line between keeping it real with them and knowing your audience. You got to strike that balance. God Smile said, just arrived here tonight. Thank you for being here. Jojo Max said, pause. Okay, Empress said, peace and love is soul trained to Matt in the chat. Appreciate that. I was just thinking yesterday that I bet if not all, at least A-list actors are under some type of MK Ultra mind control or similar. I'm gonna say that it's as simple. Sometimes I don't even think it's that. I think that's giving too much control to something. And I'm gonna get to that in the end. You're gonna see when I get to the end. Okay. She said you have to choose to go through those doors. Yep. Angel said humiliation rituals. Anya said exactly. They teach you that in acting classes. It's a thin line between you and that character. Look at Heath Ledger. And they say Jack Nicklaus talked to him. He said, yo, be careful with that Joker role. He said that can turn a lot of people. That can turn you mad. You're going to be different after doing it. You're going to be different. Look what happened to him. He ain't here no more. When they told Jack, I saw an interview. They said, hey, Jack, did you hear about what happened with Heath? He said, no, I haven't heard what happened. What happened to him? He said, man, he took his life. Did Jack say, oh, I'm sorry? No, he said, well, I told him. I tried to warn him about that role. He didn't listen to me. Have a nice night. I was like, damn, that's savage. Wow. Savage. So now we want to contrast the prophets and worshipers of Baal in Jezebel's day to those in the days of the Messiah. All right. Let's contrast that. Let's see how they're the same, because the energy is the same. When you understand what Baal is, what Jezebel would do. Remember Isaiah in the cave hiding, he crying to the Most High, I'm jealous because you all the children of Israel are turning over your altars. They're tearing down your altars. They're erecting altars to other gods and stuff like that. And they killed your prophets. And I'm the only one left, and they seeking my life. Most High was like, man, chill, man. I got 7,000 that have not bowed down and kissed the ring. Okay, I got 7,000 that can't be bought out with money. Get up out of this cave and go do what I've created you to do. Stop cowering in here talking about I'm jealous because you didn't do nothing to these false prophets. You ain't do nothing to these people that are now agents of Baal. That was in Elijah's day. So what did that look like? How did Jezebel get them? If Jezebel was a prophetess of Baal, it's real easy. She offered them money and riches. Hey, how much you make down there in Israel? Tell you what, this is how much you can make if you come over and do what we doing. Look at this. Look at all these baddies I can set you up with. Fellas, look at all these hotties. I got them waiting for you. Look at the cars. Look at the money. Look at how they flossing. I can do all of that for you. I just need you to do this one thing. And it's always something that's going to humiliate you. In their case, it's as simple as them saying, you know what? Man, I know the Most High said don't have no other gods before him, but Most High see me out here working my butt off, man. I'm a sanitation worker. I'm a sanitation worker, man. She gonna offer me this. Most High ain't gave me this. Man, I might have to do that. You sacrificed your morals because you know you're not supposed to do that. That's mild. Now, but still, it's a humiliation ritual. Because what is Jezebel doing? When she go in her prayer closet, she's like, I got another one. I got you another one. Give me some more riches. Give me my money. Run me my money. I got you another one. I got you another 40. Okay, now that I got you on tape, y'all know what's going down. Y'all know what they saying about the dinner. Now that I got you on tape, you're going to do everything I ask you to do, or I'm going to release this tape and show people that you actually look like you loved what we was doing to you. Come on. So they got you now. So now what you doing? You turning other people on to Baal worship. Yo, man, look, yo, man, if you just sign this contract, don't read the fine print. Fine print, I'm gonna read the fine print. Fine print say, man, that you gotta go do this dark ritual, man. You gotta put a dress on. You gotta go stand in the dark. Whatever they do, I don't know what they do. I don't want to know. I'm just saying something that humiliates you that you wouldn't otherwise do if there was no price tag attached to it. So they turn in others. That was in Jezebel's day. Y'all think that when she was sacrificing people to Baal, she was killing them. No, what she was doing was if you didn't do what she asked you to do, then she put them shooters on you. Then she put them arrow shooters on you. Then she put them swordsmen on you. Oh, you don't want to do it? Oh, we got something for that. So they feared her, but she ain't had no real power. They were scared of her. When you're in the low vibration of fear and they got you in his crosshairs, you better check yourself real quick. You better check yourself real quick. They only come after certain people. I'm going to show you those people are in the end. In fact, I gave you the sneak preview. When you're in the energy of desperation and doubt, you give off a frequency that attracts them. I'm going to skip to the end. I gave y'all a sneak preview of the end, but y'all going to hear it again. Okay? That was in Jezebel's day. Her prophets of Baal, she was a prophetess. She was a high priestess of Baal. She turned others into Baal's minions. Now that I got you, you're going to do my work. See, Baal wants to clear the light out from among the chosen generation, the royal priesthood. Why? Because the royal priesthood is so high vibrational. If it's operating on all cylinders, it can't be beaten. It can't be beaten. If you got a Lamborghini, and you let it get up to however many gears they got, I don't know how many gears they got, but you let it get up to that top gear, how you gonna beat that in a regular 6-cylinder Ford Mustang? You can't. It's the same way with the children of the light. When you reach your highest frequency, your light's so bright, the darkness gotta go. So their job is to keep you in a low vibrational frequency and get you to do some humiliation ritual, okay? That was in Jezebel's day and in the days of Elijah. Now contrast that to the times of the Messiah. The Pharisees, the religious sect, they were prophets and prophetesses of Baal too. That's why they kept the people in a low vibrational frequency. That's why they hated the Messiah. Man, who is this dude, man? Y'all get rid of him. He messing with our money. The little pork factory dude was mad at him. He trying to take a shortcut to get from one place to the other, and he knows the shortcut is through the graveyard. They like, yo, man, don't go in that graveyard, man. It's a crazy demon-filled dude up in there. He like, man, I ain't worried about that. I vibrate so high. The demon-filled dude saw him coming off. He saw him in the distance and that's how big his auric field are. Do you know that when you're vibrating, and to your point, Lyrox, when you're vibrating at that highest frequency, your energy fills the room because your auric field is this big. Your auric field is this big. Now imagine a sound frequency that big around you that's spinning at this rate. Can't nothing that's spinning at this rate get close. It gets deflected. It gets deflected. But guess what happens when you lower your vibrational frequency from this to this? The closer it gets to you, the slower it rolls. Now what are you doing? You're attracting other stuff that vibrates at that low frequency, and it closes in on you. This is why you got to keep your emotions at a high frequency. So in the days of the Messiah, or as the book calls Christ, in the days of the Messiah, the chosen one, they hated him. They hated him because these Pharisees and these false prophets of his day, his light was so bright, he was messing up their money. Baal. The principles, the spiritual principles he was teaching them got them in the mindset or the frame of mind where they would not give in to the energy or the temptation of Baal. Man, wait a minute. This man just came through here and told me, man, if I operate at this certain frequency, then the kingdom is mine. That I ain't got to go to this guy outside of me, this pastor outside of me to find the kingdom of God because the kingdom of God is within. I broke that down like 2, 3, 4 lives ago when he was demanded of the Pharisees. Luke 17 and 20 through 21. When he was demanded of the Pharisees when the kingdom should come. They wanted to know, man, tell us when the kingdom coming. Why? Because they wanted to be able to put up a defense to block it. He told them, man, I don't know what y'all asking me that for. The kingdom of God cometh not with observation. I don't care how powerful your binoculars are. I don't care how powerful your telescope is. You ain't going to see it. Because when they tell you, look here, look there, he said, don't believe them. Because the kingdom of God is within you. It's within you. When I started my my spiel today in the my presentation, I had everybody in the room stand up. And I said, lean to your right. Hold it. Now take a deep breath in. Fill your belly up. Feel your belly expand. And then as you're standing back up, let it out. Nice and slow. Now go the opposite direction. Take a deep breath, lean it in. Fill up your body. Bring it back. Now stand up straight. Take a deep breath. Put your hand on your stomach. Feel it full up. Feel it fill up. Blow it out. Breathe. Focus on your breath. I don't care how bad it gets. If you just simply focus on the feeling of air entering into your lungs and going out, it's going to calm you down every time. That spirit. In the yoga community, they call that prana. What is prana? It's the breath of life. It's life force energy. So many days so many times during the day, we so caught up in what we're doing that we forget to breathe. We literally forget to breathe. Now, I know some of y'all gonna say that doesn't make sense. If you're not breathing, you're not living, but we're not intentional about breathing. If you want to be high vibrational, it really is as simple as you're being intentional about breathing. Breathing can cure a host of maladies, just focusing on deep breathing. But the other gift that deep breathing does is it opens up something inside of you where you get messages, things that you need to hear, things that you could not hear because you weren't breathing. You were so focused on everything that's going on around you. Just sit with yourself, and experience what it feels like to fill your lungs up with air, hold it, and let it out slow. I promise you it's going to change your life. I had them do that at the beginning of my spiel today. And I looked at everybody. Their initial look was like, what is he doing? Why is he having us stand up? When they got done with that third breath, everybody's whole face was calm. And they sat down. And it was beautiful, y'all. Breathing, just simply focusing on your breathing. That's a quick way to raise your vibrations. Is to be intentional about breathing. We breathe without thinking about it, but when you're intentional about it, it changes everything. Okay? So that was the contrast of, it really wasn't a contrast, it was a comparison. The energies of the Pharisees, the Talmudic Pharisees. Yeah, I'm talking to y'all. Yeah. The Talmud ain't no holy book, not of the Most High. I don't give a who mad about what I just said. I give zero about who mad about what I just said. The Talmud ain't no holy book of the Most High. That thing came from Babylon. The head of the golden bull of that statue in Nebuchadnezzar's dream in Daniel chapter 2. I'm gonna get to that. Okay. So Judas is the perfect example of someone who was sacrificed to Baal. Judas, perfect example. Talking about in the days of the Messiah. Judas is the perfect example of someone who was sacrificed to Baal. He was one of the original 12 disciples. He knew what it was. He knew what it was. Okay? He's a perfect example of someone who was sacrificed to Baal, which ultimately put him in the lowest vibrations of guilt and shame. What did James say? When sin is conceived, it brings forth death. He had an emotional death that preceded his physical death. He was in so much grief for how he was used by the prophets of Baal to set up the Messiah to death, which it was written to happen that way. It had to happen that way. It had to. Excuse me. It had to happen that way. We know that. Okay. But it put him in the lowest vibrations, guilt and shame, vibrations which ultimately cost him his life. Okay. He killed himself. He hung himself. Did the prophets of Baal, aka the antichrists of that day? What did I tell you? If Christ is a frequency, if it's a consciousness, if it's a level of vibrational frequency, then an antichrist is anybody or anything that seeks to take you down into the opposite direction. So, did the prophets of Baal, aka the antichrist of that day, sacrifice Judas? Or did Judas sacrifice himself? More on that later. You can put it in the chat if you want. More of that later, okay? Now, do those same energies that existed in the times of Jezebel and in the times of the Pharisees, do they exist today? Do they? Didn't Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter, say there's nothing new under the sun? We got those same prophets and prophetesses of Baal today. I'm gonna give you the signature, because remember in the beginning, I told you if you want to defeat your enemy, you got to know how they operate. So now we can tie all of this back to King Nebuchadnezzar's dream in Daniel chapter 2. All right. And I'm explaining for y'all that section about the giant statue. Let me explain that. I did you know what? I don't want to, for time's sake, I'm not going to go deep. I'm not going to bring a deep dive into it, but you know what? I'm being directed to just bring this up. So let me just bring it up real quick. I'm not going to read that whole chapter. I'm not. I've done a number of videos on Daniel chapter 2, so I'm not going to read this entire chapter. I'm going to jump here into I'm going to start at verse 31. Okay. Y'all know the deal. Nebuchadnezzar had a dream that frightened him, but he couldn't remember the dream. So he wanted one of his seers to tell him what he dreamed and then give him the interpretation. And they were like, bruh, can't nobody tell you what you dreamed. If you tell us a dream, we'll give you the interpretation. He was like, look, if y'all don't give me that, if y'all don't tell me what, I don't remember my dream, I done told y'all 2 times. If I have to say it a 3rd time, some heads gonna roll. Now y'all got about another 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours to tell me what I dreamed and what the interpretation of it is. I'm gonna kill every single seer and prophet in this kingdom. Every last one of y'all. Y'all worthless to me. They're like, man, he ain't playing. He went on the warpath. So when the captain of the guard came to Daniel, Daniel was like, whoa, what's going on? Why the king so hasty, man? What's going on with him? He said, man, king said, oh, y'all got to go. Huh? What? For what? He said, because he had a dream that terrified him and nobody can tell him his dream or the interpretation. Daniel was like, look, man, he said, nobody can tell him his dream but the God in heaven, who is the revealer of secrets. If you give me X number of time, I will tell the king his dream and the interpretation thereof. So the captain of the guard was like, all right, I'm going to wait out here, play. Go do your thing. Give it your boys. All of y'all got that gift. Y'all get together, find out what it is, come back to me. If it's good, I'm going to hurry up and run you to the king, because ain't no reason for everybody to get killed if there's one person that can do it. And here's what we pick up in verse 31. Here's what we pick up. This is Daniel chapter 2. Thou, O king, sawest, this is Daniel telling him now. Thou, O king, sawest, and behold, a great image. This great image, whose brightness was excellent, stood before thee, and the form thereof was terrible. This image's head was of fine gold, his breast and his arms of silver, his belly and his thighs of brass, his legs of iron, his feet part of iron and part of clay. Thou sawest it till that a stone was cut out without hands, which smote or hit the image upon his feet that were of iron and clay, and break them to pieces. Then was the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, and the gold broken together in pieces, and became like the chaff of the summer threshing floors. And the wind carried them away, that no place was found for them. And the stone that smote the image became a great mountain and filled the whole earth. That's on deck, fam. This is the dream, and now we'll tell you the interpretation of it, king. Verse 37, thou, O king, art a king of kings. For the God of heaven hath given you a kingdom, power, and strength, and glory. And wheresoever the children of men dwell, the beasts of the field and the fowls of the heaven hath he given into thine hand, and hath made you ruler over them all. Thou art this head of gold. Gold, money, okay? Gold, money. There's a guy out there that was, I think they called him the Stone Man of the Gambia. I watched a video that Dr. Mumbi did Dr. Mumbi Saraki. If y'all know who she is, go look her up. I love her work. She's on YouTube. Dr. Mumbi Spiritual Show, I think is her channel. Y'all check her out. But she did some years ago a interview with this Stone Man of the Gambia, and he was telling her that this modern money system that we have is magic. And he said it is Babylonian money magic, and it emanated from ancient Babylon. That's that head of gold. It's connected, okay? So he said, you're this head of gold, and after thee shall arise another kingdom inferior to thee, and another third kingdom of brass, which shall bear rule over all the earth. And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces and subdueth all things, and as iron that breaketh all these, shall it break in pieces and bruise. That's this modern geopolitical military industrial complex. That's the iron. It started with the Romans and it's continued through today. And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided. But there shall be in it of the strength of iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay. So within this kingdom, you got the strength of iron. That's why you got all these separate divided kingdoms, but they got powerful militaries. Okay. And as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, They shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay. I don't need to tell y'all what that mingling with the seed of men means. I don't need to tell y'all that. Y'all grown, okay? Verse 44, and in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that sounds like 2 Ezra 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of the world to come. Uh-oh. And in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people. Stay with me. The kingdom shall not be left to other people. If you serve in, don't get me started. Don't get me started. It shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. That's what the powers that used to be are afraid of. For as much as thou sawest that the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, and that it break into pieces the iron, the brass, the clay, the silver, and the gold, the great God, the great power hath made known to the king what shall come to pass hereafter, and the dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof sure. The head of the bull is gold. The head of the bull is gold. I did this in another video, y'all. I did it in another video. The golden bull. I'm just going to bring the search window up so y'all can see it. The golden bull. Y'all see it? Gold, money, bull, Baal, bull. Same energy. Same energy. Okay? All right, let me get that off of there. So now, all right. So that bull, that head of gold is going down. It's going down. Baal is going down for once and for all. That's what the prophecy is. That's why I tell y'all all the time, if your church ain't teaching prophecy and identity, you wasting your time up in there. All right? You wasting your time. Where's that? Okay, let me get that off of there. All right. You're wasting your time in there. You're wasting your time. If they're not teaching prophecy and identity, what else is there? How much prosperity gospel can you listen to in this hour? How much of it can you listen to? How much can you listen to the Lord to make a way somehow in this hour? That's over. That's over. This is it. This is like the end of the movie right here. Baal is going down for once and for all, right along with her prophets and prophetesses. Remember my other video, I told y'all Baal is dark feminine energy. It's disguised as masculine energy because they show you a bull, but it's really dark feminine energy. Why? How do we know that, Matt? Because the bull, Taurus, is the ruler of the second house. The second house is ruled by Venus. That's feminine energy, but it's dark feminine energy. It's not the high vibrational Venusian energy. It's the low vibrational Venusian energy that comes with temptation with material things. The second house is what? Ruled by what? Taurus. Taurus is the bull. I broke this down in the other video. Okay. That's it. That's it, y'all. So now I'm going to read some comments, and then we're on bonus time. I'm going to give y'all a couple of bonuses, and we're going to wrap this up. Okay. I like my pace tonight. I wish I could have shaved 30 minutes off this, but it is what it is. I know y'all tired of hearing me talk about time. I do my best. I really do. Anyway, so let me read some comments and look and give y'all put y'all on bonus time here. Let's see. Michael B. Jordan had to have therapy after playing Killmonger. Wow, I didn't read that, Angel. Wow. Lady Dagstatus said, even Taraji said you have to let those spirits in for roles to be that person. Woo! I'd like to see that interview, Lady Dagstatus. If you on IG, hit me with a DM with that link. I'd like to see that. Jojo Max said, I'd say people choose. It's easier to get someone to do something out of desperation or the promise of fame than it would be to put them through a MK Ultra. Thank you, Jojo. You hot tonight. You hot tonight. It was Lady Dagstatus, the last live. Jojo, you hot tonight. You hot. We're gonna pass the baton to you, and you gonna run the ankle leg of the 4x1. Let's see. Omega 16 said, do you think the Most High would forgive their actions if they seek forgiveness, if it's with a sincere heart? That's not for me to say, but if you force me to answer that question, Omega, I would say absolutely yes. Absolutely. Absolutely yes. Now, the part is you still have to pay the consequences of your actions. Otherwise, God's word would be mocked. Remember, he said, be not deceived, that God is not mocked. Whatsoever man sowed, that will he also reap. Okay. If you sow it, you got to reap it. So yeah, he's going to forgive it, but you still got to get that pendulum swinging back in the opposite direction. It's like in the example in First Kings, where Ahab was so sorry that he tore his clothes, he put ashes on himself and put on sackcloth and repented for his deeds with regards to what happened with him obtaining illegally or unlawfully obtaining that field from Naboth. The Most High forgave him, and he said, okay, I'm going to give you a stay of execution, but you still won't get executed. I'm not going to, you still going to die for what you did, but this other stuff that's going to befall your house that I promised to you via Elijah, I'm going to make it so you ain't got to see that in your lifetime, but your kids still going to catch this smoke. Your kids got to catch this smoke. I got to wipe out your whole posterity to make sure that this wicked seed is uprooted. I got to wipe them all out. I can't have them producing any more seed of any more wicked offspring. So I got to wipe them all out. But because you repented, I'm not going to do it till after you're gone. And the Most High is a man of his word. That's what happened. So to answer your question, I know I took you all the way around the block to get you to the house next door. I think that person, anybody that asks for forgiveness can receive it, but you still got to pay the consequences for the deed. Don't do the deed. That is the meaning of it is better to be obedient than to sacrifice. If you're just obedient, you ain't got to go get your best lamb and sacrifice it. If you just follow the instruction, you ain't got to worry about reaping no consequences. Okay? Angel said that's like them vampires turning others and making new vamps. That's exactly how it works. They show us this Hollywood stuff of people getting bitten. That's like fantasy. It is really people getting bitten energetically. The vampire movie, somebody bites somebody that's innocent, they turn into a vampire. Now, they ain't got no more blood because he got sucked out of this, out of them by this other vampire. So now they got to go suck somebody else's blood. That's how energy vampirism works. That's the whole premise of the zombie movies. The zombies are alive, but they're dead. They walk, they're physically alive, but they're spiritually dead. Oh man, zombies eat flesh. Why don't they eat each other's flesh? Because they need to eat life. They need to eat something that's not physically dead or not spiritually dead. By eating that flesh, they make that person spiritually dead. Now they're a zombie. Same premise. Angel said that's that idol they formed in the wilderness. Exactly. They took all their gold and jewelry to make this golden bull and worshiped it. Exactly. So now let me finish. I got some bonus things for y'all. I'm going to wrap it up here. All right. Bonus. The two universal laws that are on full display in the book of Kings. Okay. There are two universal laws that are on full display when you're talking about the Jezebel story. Jezebel is a prophetess of Baal. Okay. Let me give you some reference scripture because this is going to take y'all into what you need to know in order to stand strong. This is going to take y'all into what you need to know. All right. Two universal laws. Y'all know I'm big on universal law. Let me show y'all what you need to know. All right. Let's go to Proverbs first. Y'all know this is like my favorite universal law scripture right here. This is my favorite one. Y'all probably know this one by heart by now because I'm always beating this one. Proverbs 26 and 27. Whoso diggeth the pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth the stone, it will return upon him. That's on full display in the Jezebel story. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you where it is, okay? I'm going to show you where that is. The second one comes from Psalms. Psalms is a very powerful book. Shout out to my girl Anya. We talk about that all the time. Psalms is a very powerful book. We go into Psalms 105 and 15. Okay, let's take it to verse 12. Psalms 105 and 12 to 15. When they were but a few men in number, yea, very few, and strangers in it, talking about the Canaan land. When they went from one nation to another, from one kingdom to another, he suffered no man to do them wrong. Yea, he reproved kings for their sakes. These weren't even kings, but they were galactic royalty. That's the difference. You always know. What did I tell y'all? How many lives have I said when this system falls, you're going to find out who the real royals are? Real royals are not propped up by money. Royalty is an energy, and it's in your DNA, just like Kendrick Lamar said. Royalty inside my DNA. He knew what he's talking about. He knows what he's talking about. When this system falls, the real royals are going to stand up. You're going to find out who they are because they're going to shine like bright lights. All right? So he said he reproved kings for their sakes, saying, touch not mine anointed and do my prophets no harm. That's a universal law. Touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. That's a universal law. Y'all don't know that. Y'all may not know that. That's a universal law. Okay. All right. That was Psalms 105 and 15. And y'all, of course, know Proverbs 26 and 27. Jezebel invoked Proverbs 26 and 27 in 1 Kings 19 and 2. And she dies in 2 Kings 9 and 33. Let's see how she invoked that universal law. Jezebel, the chief prophetess of Baal, or the high priestess of Baal in these scriptures. All right, let's go to Kings. What did I say that was? 1 Kings 19 and 2. She invoked universal law without even knowing it because she didn't know it. She didn't know universal law. If she knew it, she'd have kept her doggone mouth shut. Almost said something else, but she'd have kept her doggone mouth shut. Let's go to 1 Kings 19 and 2. Uh-oh, back up. 1 Kings. We're almost done, y'all. 1 Kings 19 and 2. All right? All right. Let me bring this on the screen. I hope y'all are getting something out of this tonight. I hope you are. If you haven't done so already, hit that like button for me. 1 Kings 19 and 2. Then Jezebel sent a messenger unto Elijah. Let me go back one. Verse 19, chapter 19, 1 Kings 19 and 1. Let's do 1 through 2. And Ahab, with his punk ass, told Jezebel all that Elijah had done and how he had slain all the prophets with the sword. Elijah, y'all remember the trial by fire? That's where that term trial by fire comes from. It comes from the book of 1 Kings. That cliche that everybody uses, a trial by fire. That's where that came from. It's not a cliche, it's scripture, okay? So he challenged the prophets of Baal. They called in their God. He couldn't produce any fire. Then Elijah, he shaded them because he told them to set up a sacrifice with the driest wood they could find and all kind of dry leaves and shrubage, dry that's gonna catch on fire quick. They couldn't get any fire. Elijah soaked his in water and put a water trench around it. And he called on fire. The fire vaporized the water and the sacrifice and all the wood and everything too. And then Elijah said, y'all know y'all got to die now, right? That was the deal. Who's ever God don't answer by fire, they got to die. So he killed all 450 prophets or whatever there was. Now, so Ahab, with his punk ass, told Jezebel all that Elijah had done and withal how he had slain all the prophets with the sword. Then Jezebel sent a messenger unto Elijah saying, so let the gods do to me and more also, if I make not thy life as the life of one of them by tomorrow at this same time. See, that's projection of fear. But she didn't understand universal law. Because what did it say? Whoso diggeth the pit shall fall therein. She dug a pit with her mouth. Now, that's where she activated it. Here's where the karma came in. Let's skip now to 2 Kings 9 and 33, where she got dealt with. Let's go now to 2 Kings 9 and 33. I think I said 9 and 33. Okay, yeah. I read this on there, okay? And when Yahoo was come to Jezreel, Jezebel heard of it. By this time, she know they looking for her. But she thinks she gonna use that same energy she used to trick other men. I'm fine. She got that fatty wop. I can get him. I can get this Yahoo dude. All I gotta do is show up in the window and look good, okay? I got that boom, boom, boom. Let me hit that boom, boom, boom. Let me hit that boom, boom, boom. That's what she was doing, all right? Verse 30. And when Yahoo was come to Jezreel, where she stayed, Jezebel heard of it, and she painted her face and tied her hair and looked out the window. Painted her face means she put on her best makeup look, y'all. She put on her best makeup look. There's guys out there that don't like makeup. They don't respond to it. I love it. If you like it, I love it. That's where I'm at. So I ain't saying she would have got me, but I'd have talked to him and be like, you look good. You still got to die. But I like what you did with that look right there. That's working. That hairstyle, I like what you did with that. That's working. Okay? So when Yahoo was come to Jezreel, Jezebel heard of it, and she put her makeup on and did her hair and looked out the window. Y'all know how y'all do. Let me see. If I look this way, girl, he gonna see me. So I'm gonna try to act like I ain't looking at him, but I'm gonna look this way, and then when he see me, he gonna be smitten. Okay. And as Yahoo entered in at the gate, she said, had Zimri peace? Who slew his master? Like she all curious, like she don't know what happened. All right, like she don't know what the just happened. Why you put all that makeup on if you're just that curious? You could ask that question without doing your makeup and your hair. Verse 32, and he lifted up his face to the window and said, who is on my side? Who? And then there looked out 2 or 3 eunuchs. So he was calling like, which one of y'all down with me? They ain't like Jezebel anyway. They were scared of her. See? She dug that pit for herself. Who was on my side? Who? And there looked out to him 2 or 3 eunuchs. And he said, throw her down. So they threw her down out that upper window, and some of her blood was sprinkled on the wall and on the horses. So she splattered when she hit. And he trod her underfoot. So he walked through her dead body after she fell out the window. Not fell because they threw her. Verse 34, and when he was come in, so he went up in her house and ate her food and drunk her wine, drunk her liquor, and said, go, see now this cursed woman and bury her, for she is a king's daughter. So he was still going to show her that respect. That was a bad boy. He was like, he don't even care. He gave 0 Fs, all right? Verse 35, and they went to bury her, but when they found no more of her than the skull and the feet and the palms of her hands, wherefore they came again and told him, and he said, this is the word of the power, which he spoke by his servant Elijah the Tishbite. Elijah was gone by that point, saying, in the portion of Jezreel shall dogs eat the flesh of Jezebel, and the carcass of Jezebel shall be as dung upon the face of the field in that portion of Jezreel. So the dogs ate her, and then they do what they do. They circle around, lift that tail, squat down, and they pooped her out. That was that prophecy. But her mouth wrote a check, her couldn't cash, okay? All right? So she invoked Proverbs 26 and 27 in 1 Kings 19 and 2, and then in 2 Kings 9 and 33, she got deaded. Now, let's look at Ben-Hadad, because Ben-Hadad, he had mouth on him too. He invoked Proverbs 26 and 27 in 1 Kings 20 and 10. Let's go there. 1 Kings 20 and 10. Let's go down. 1 Kings 20 and 10. Okay, let's go to 9. Y'all know I always do that. I always say 10 and then I go back one verse. Let's highlight them. All right, this is King Ben-Hadad of Syria. Wherefore he said unto the messengers of Ben-Hadad, tell my lord the king all that thou didst send for to thy servant at the first I will do, but this thing I may not do. So Ben-Hadad gave him some orders of what he wanted him to do, but he was trying to humiliate him. Again, there's that Baal energy. He was trying to humiliate him, but the elders said, man, don't do that. Don't do none of what he asked you to do. Trust in our power. Don't do none of what he asked you to do. Our power will save you. He'll protect you. But what did he do? He came back with his punk, a crooked letter, and said, tell my lord the king all that thou didst send for thy servant to do the first time, I'm going to do that. But this other thing you asked, I'm sorry, I can't do it. And the messengers departed and brought that word to him and brought some more word to him. And Ben-Hadad sent unto him and said, the gods do so unto me, and more also, if the dust of Samaria shall suffice for handfuls for all the people that follow me. So he's like, I'm going to make y'all dust. All right. I'm going to make y'all dust. So again, he invoked universal law from Proverbs 26 and 27. Now here's where he caught a fade. 2 Kings 8 and 15. 2 Kings 8 and 15 is where he caught a fade. You got to watch your mouth, how you speaking on the Most High's people. First of all, you got to know who got what spiritual rank. If you don't know, keep your mouth shut. Okay? If you don't know, keep your mouth shut. Verse 14. I said 15 again, y'all. Let me, y'all know. Y'all already know what it is. All right? So he departed from Elisha and came to his master, who said to him, what said Elisha to thee? And he answered, he told me that thou shouldest surely recover. And it came to pass on the morrow that he took a thick cloth. So he lied to him. He was so scared of the king. He told him that, man, Elisha said you're going to recover. He lied to him because he was scared. And it came to pass on the morrow that he took a thick cloth and dipped it in water and spread it on his face so that he died. So he basically waterboarded him. He suffocated him to death. And Hazael reigned in his stead. So this is the same dude that said, look, since you couldn't do what I asked you to do, may the gods do to me what blah, 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 if I don't do this to you by tomorrow. So he invoked it. Because guess what? Them gods that he served, when he says, may they do to me what this, that, and the third, if I don't get you, them gods got to go check in with the Most High. because they're not the rulers of the rulers. That's how that works. That is why Proverbs 26 and 27 works the way it does. That is why Psalms 105 and 15 works the way it does. Touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. That's a standing rule by the highest frequency. So when you try to curse somebody who was sent by the highest frequency and you try to sick your gods on them gods got to go get permission. Hey, Mr. Most High, I feel kind of stupid asking you this, but yeah, one of my servants says he wants to sacrifice like your top prophet. Because they worship me, I got to ask. No. Matter of fact, since he tried to sick y'all, what did he say? He said, may we do to him what such and such happened to such and such if he don't get your guy. Well, he ain't going to get my guy. It's that simple. So do to him what he said may happen to him. Boom, he's dead. That's how it works. I just put y'all on free game. That's how it works. I hear people in the spiritual community talking about all the time. People go and find people to try to do spell work on people and stuff like that. And people have given them their money back saying, man, look here. Don't come in here no more. You trying to get me and my whole family deaded? That person got a high spiritual rank. The Most High don't play about them. I don't never want to see you again. It's for you to come around and find out. Y'all think this stuff is new. It's been going on. It's been going on, fam. This stuff ain't new. It's not new. All right? So that's how those two invoked universal law and got what they got. All right? And in the end, neither person that they wished death on died at their behest, did they? Not a one. That's why I told you go ahead and talk your shh. When you sent by the Most High, talk your shh, they can't touch you. You got a standing order. Touch not my anointed, do my prophets, my chosen ones, my messengers, no harm. That's not an ask. The Most High ain't asking that. He's telling you that's how it's going to be. Universal law. All right? So the moral of the story is this. If you're chosen, don't fear. Go ahead and do what you were sent to do. Go ahead and talk your shh, okay? Why? Because the prophets and prophetesses of Baal cannot touch you. And they know that. That's why they try to get you to lower your frequency. Because they can get with you at that lower range. They can't get with you up when you're up here. That's why on Star Wars, they always say, use the Force, Luke. Don't give in to the dark side. You so high vibrational, the only way they can beat you is get you to come down to their level. They can't beat you operating at your level. All right? Their job is to project fear with their words to get you to lower your vibrations by accepting and believing in their words. He said he's going to get me. Well, if you believe in it, then, what does the scripture say? That thing which I feared has come upon me. If you believe that, you may not get it. You might just get sick because if the Most High got his hand of protection on you, then he can't touch you. But you can make yourself sick with fear, believing in a lie. Don't lower your vibrations. Stand strong. Rebuke their words. Let's look up that word. Let's look up rebuke. What does that mean? Let's look that up. A lot of people say that I rebuke you. Let's look up what that means. Let's look up what that means. Rebuke. To express sharp disapproval or criticism of someone because of their behavior or actions. Okay? It is also a noun that is an expression of sharp disapproval or criticism. Its origin is Middle English, originally in the sense of force back or repress, from Anglo-Norman French and Old Northern French rebuker, from reback down, and bouquier to beat. So you beat back their words. Man, get up out of here. You ain't gonna do a thing. That's how you do that. And stand strong. Stand strong in that third chakra. Stand strong in that root chakra. Okay? Rebuke their words. Man, you ain't gonna do shit. Get out of here. Dismiss their words. Dismiss them. Be like, man, nah, they ain't gonna happen. They ain't gonna happen. Bye. I'm not listening to you anymore. Bye. All right? Dismiss their words. Tell them you ain't finna do a thing, okay? And say it with force. All right? Speak it from your solar plexus. Don't say it like you scared. You ain't gonna do nothing. Say, man, you ain't gonna do a thing. That's how you do that. Say it with force. Say it with force. Okay? Now, understand this. The moment your enemies conceive a thought to harm you, they are instantly marked for death. So let them. Let them conceive the thought to harm you. The minute they conceive a thought to harm you, they're instantly marked for death. Why? Because of the energy of the universal law found at, guess where? Proverbs 26 and 27. Whoso diggeth the pit shall fall therein, and he that rolls a stone, it's going to roll back on him. So the moment they come at you talking about what they're going to do, they mark themselves for death. All right? And because of the command, and that is a command, it's not an instruction. Y'all know I make a clear distinction between instruction and command. The 10 commandments were not commandments. They were instructions. If they were commandments, they would always be. If thou shalt not steal were a command from the Most High, nobody would ever steal. If thou shalt not kill were a command, nobody would ever kill. They're not commandments, they're instructions. All right? So remember that. Those are instructions. A commandment is let there be light, and there was light. A commandment is touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. That's a commandment. It ain't going to happen. If he send you, you good. Elisha's sitting in the cave crying. What you crying for, man? Don't you know the universal law says, I said, touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. They can't harm you. Go do what I sent you to do. So we can send the ship to come get you. So we can send the ship to come get you. Remember, it said Elijah was taken up in a whirlwind. They doing all these UFO disclosures now. Somebody about to get scooped up and placed back in the land that was given to their fathers. Y'all ain't hear from me. Y'all ain't hear from me. Okay? All right? So that Psalms 105, touch not my anointing to do my prophets no harm, that was a commandment. And by reason of it being a commandment of the Most High, it, in effect, is universal law. Okay? And now for the biggest revelation regarding Baal sacrifice, and we're done. The prophets of Baal, pay attention. The prophets and prophetesses of Baal do not sacrifice you. I'm going to say that again. The prophets and the prophetesses of Baal, they don't sacrifice you. They're just salesmen and saleswomen whose whole job is to get you to lie down onto their altar. They don't ever force you there. They don't force you there. Get you to lie down on their virtual altar. Get you to lie down on their casting couch. Yeah, I'm talking to somebody. That's their whole job. They're a salesperson. To get you to lie down on their casting couch. I know I'm talking. They don't force nobody onto that casting couch. Have you ever seen anybody get their neck held down and forced down? No. They make an offer of humiliation. Would you sit on that couch and do those things if there were no money attached? The prophets and prophetesses of Baal do not sacrifice you. They're just salesmen and saleswomen whose whole job is to get you to lie down on the altar. They never force you there. So the secret is this. This is the biggest secret, y'all. This is the revelation regarding Baal sacrifice. They don't have the power to sacrifice you. They don't. You actually sacrifice yourself. Go back and watch my video I told y'all to watch an hour ago. Did the devil make you do it, or was it you? That's the secret. They don't have the power to sacrifice you. They get you to do it yourself. Now let that sink in, okay? So if you want to disarm the prophets and prophetesses of Baal, it's real simple. Stop sacrificing your morals, your personal standards, and your integrity for the promise of money, riches, wealth, and fame. Stop sacrificing your morals, your personal standards that you came to this earth with, okay? Whatever your parents taught you, if you held on to it, then it was already in you. They didn't teach you anything that wasn't in you already. All they did was activate it with their teaching. Okay? Those personal standards and morals that you came here with. Know your birth chart. Know thyself. Stop sacrificing your morals, your personal standards, and your integrity for the promises of riches, wealth, and fame. All right? And know this, y'all. And this is it. This is the last thing I'm going to say, and I'm going to read some comments. We're going to get out of here. Know that whenever you turn down a loaded offer is always loaded with something low vibrational or something that requires humiliation of some degree. Know that whenever you turn down a loaded offer, a clean, high vibrational reward always awaits. It always awaits. How do we know this, Matt? The scripture tells us. The scripture tells us. Let's go there. Let's go there. Let's go there. I read from James, the first chapter, but guess what? The same answer is right here in the same chapter. James 1. Let me just go to 1 and 1. Let's see. James 1 and 12. James 1 and 12. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Most High has promised to them that love him. How do you love him? You got to love being in that high vibrational energy. Acceptance. Neutrality. Neutrality is a high vibration, y'all. I seek to be neutral every day. I'm like, if I can't do nothing else, let me just stay neutral. That's a high vibration. Acceptance, peace, joy, love, harmony, enlightenment. Those are high vibrations. When you love those, that's what this is saying when it says, he shall receive a crown of life, that crown chakra, that highest possible energy. He shall receive a crown of life, which the power hath promised to them that love him. Loving those high vibe. What did I say him was? What did I say he was? What did I say the Most High God, the Most High Mother is? The Most High Father is? It said those higher vibrational frequency emotions. That's where he lives. That's where she lives. So when you love those emotions, you in effect are loving the Most High. You're loving the power. Blessed is a man that endures temptation, for when he's tried and that tempter fails, you receive the crown of life, which the Most High promised. So guess what? When you reject that low vibrational offer or that offer of humiliation for money, something better is always right around the corner. Let's say somebody offers you $20 million to humiliate yourself and you turn it down. Guess what? The power may look at you and say, you know what, you really didn't need 20 anyway. I see your need. You really only need 5, but I'm going to give you 12 million because you turned down that 20 that was dirty money. See how that works? Oh man, God bless me, man. I only needed $5 million, man. God gave me 12 million. Blessed is the man that endures temptation. That's how you defeat Baal. That's how you defeat that Baal spirit. You got to turn down that low vibrational offer. You got to turn down that offer that comes with a humiliation ritual attached to it. Fellas, stop sacrificing your root chakra for money. Ladies, stop sacrificing your root chakra and your sacral chakra for money. Y'all know what's going on in that sacral chakra? Stop sacrificing it. You will never know what's coming behind that. They show you the money. They don't show you what else is attached to it. And then you wonder why. I'm done. Let me read some comments. Okay. Woo! I'm done, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed that. I hope y'all got something out of it. I hope I'm done with this Baal stuff because I only wanted to do one video, and here I'm on my 4th. So hopefully I'm done. Hopefully this drove home the message, okay? Jojo said, I'd say people choose. It's easier to get someone to do something out of desperation. I read that one. Or the promise of fame than it would be to put them through. Yeah, exactly. Okay, Omega said, yeah, I read that one. She said, it's like them vampires that keep turning others. Yep. That's the idol they formed. Yep. And Dwight said, yep, this is true. What's up, Dwight? Yo, that's all I got, family. That's all I got. If y'all don't have any questions or any comments, I'm going to wrap it up here. I need to go home and do something with this rug, man. Anyway, I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all staying here. So now, yeah, time is up, y'all. That title is right on point. Time is up. And we are witnessing the fall of the system and the prophets of Baal. Don't get no dirt on yourself at the end. We're at the end, y'all. We're at the end. This is where you should be like in Super Mario Brothers going, ba-ding, 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 getting them extra coins. Rack up some more coins. By operating in that high vibrational energy. Thank you, Hotshot. Hotshot said awesome content. Thank you so much. Hotshot. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. So, rack up some more points, y'all. Don't listen. Karma is instant right now. I told one of my boys this yesterday. Karma is instant right now. Y'all see what Jake Paul did? Jake Paul is the prophet of Baal that they sent forward to sacrifice Mike Tyson. But look at what's happening right now. He never thought he was going to get exposed like this. He never thought. Now there's two potential lawsuits floating around out there. One, people want to sue Netflix because Netflix sold a bunch of people subscriptions that didn't have subscriptions just so they could see this epic fight, which was no more than a show. Okay? So that's one. Instant karma. I told y'all karma's not playing in this season. It's not waiting on anybody no more. Karma ain't putting it off to the end of your life. Karma ain't putting it off till next lifetime. Karma ain't putting it off till next year. It's popping off instantly right now. What's the second one that's floating around out there, Matt? People talking about suing because they bet money on Mike Tyson and lost their money, and they're finding out that the whole fight was scripted. And somebody even leaked the script to the internet. They leaked the script. In fact, it said that in the original script, Mike Tyson was supposed to get knocked out by Jake Paul in the 5th round. Now, Mike, like, I ain't gonna go all the way there and sacrifice myself. You're gonna win this on the cards. But y'all go back and look at them slow motion videos floating around on Instagram. I put a few of them on my story. Okay, it's probably expired by now, but I've put a few of them on my story. You can see Mike Tyson where he slips and where he would normally extend and turn over and hit that punch. Let me back up so y'all can see. Mike is normally, y'all know how he does. Mike comes in, he slips the punch, he turns, and then he comes up and comes all the way in. And this time, Mike is going. He slips, and then he goes and then pulls his hand back. And Jake's like exposed. He's like, oh, ooh. How did comedians say back in the day when Mike slapped Miss Green? He said Miss Green's eye saw Mike's hand coming and started screaming. Said his eyeball made eyes in the mouth and said, "Oh, Lord, help me." Jake's eyes started screaming. Mike pulled back. "Oh, I'm sorry. I almost hit you. I forgot. I'm not supposed to knock you out. I got my $20 million. I know Jake's a great fighter." No, he's not. No, he's not. Tell Jake to get in somebody's WBC, WBA, or IBF system and work his way up. He'd never get a title fight. He'd never get a title fight. And for those of y'all still paying money that still want to go watch him fight, which I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, he may be completely shut down now with there's so much exposure happening right now. So much exposure of him being a fraud. And for those of y'all that did not see the natal chart breakdown I did of Jake Paul, please go watch that. It's very telling, okay? Jake Paul's North Node is in Libra, but it's retrograde. As someone who studies astrology, when I see a North Node, which is your soul destiny, with that little R next to the sign that means retrograde, that to me says that you came back to get something right that you didn't get right when you were here the last time. Now we know that Libra is the energy of truth and balance, but with a name like Jacob, that means one who supplants. How are you going to operate in that truth? So whatever it was, and we also know that his Saturn is sitting in the 12th house. When you got Saturn in the 12th house, the Most High don't want to talk to you. Spirit realm don't want to talk to you. That's blocked. You got some stuff to do. You got some stuff you got to do to unblock that. That Saturn in the 12th house is a tough placement. It's a tough placement unless you got another placement that softens that blow. Somebody on the other side don't want to hear nothing from Jake. But again, y'all go to my community tab and watch that video that I put in the link. Because what you're going to find out is that when everybody checks out of this body, they still back in love and light. But if you did some wicked deeds in this body, you gotta be born again, reborn in a new body, and you got to pay for what you did in a body the last time you were here. Jake got a North Node in the that's retrograde in the sign of Libra. That means he came back here to get something right, to balance something out. And it doesn't look like he's balancing out whatever he came here to balance out because he's still operating in low vibrational energy. If you lying and tricking, you in low vibrational energy. Okay? I broke that down. I'm not going to break it down anymore, y'all. I'm done. Go watch that video. It's on my channel. It'll be free to watch until December the 1st, and then it's going over to Patreon. It's going back to Patreon, so check that out if you get a chance. And then if y'all want to watch any of those other videos that you haven't seen, they're there. So Allie said, thanks, Matt. Dwight said, drove it home. Thank you so much, Dwight. Empress said, Gems as usual. Thank you. Hotshot said, awesome content. I appreciate y'all so much. Listen, family, y'all enjoy the rest of your evening. And listen, don't do nothing I wouldn't do. But if you do it better than I would, all right? And y'all be well, man. Y'all be blessed. I love y'all. Thank y'all for joining. If you're new to the channel and you enjoy being entertained, uplifted, inspired, motivated, okay, educated, hit that subscribe button and make sure you have your notification bell set to all, okay? And if you haven't done so already, on the way out, please hit that like button for me. I greatly appreciate it. And last but not least, family, I say this in all of my videos. Tell somebody you love them and mean it. We're at the end, but it ain't never too late to show love, okay? Tell somebody you love them and mean it. How do you mean it? You have to show it. Love is a verb. It's a noun as well, but when we focus on the verb, the noun always takes care of itself. I love you guys. Thank you, Live Rocks. Peace, fam.